पूरा का पूरा ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट है। नॉट ओनली आईसीटी, जो भी हम काम करते हैं, इवन ट्रांसपोर्ट, जो हम एजुकेशन की बात करें, इन एवरी सेक्टर ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, यहाँ तक कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में वी विल हैव ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट। जो हम ये पहाड़ तोड़ते जा रहे हैं, पेड़ काटते जा रहे हैं, नाउ यू वुड हैव सीन, इतना आसान नहीं है। यू हैव टू टेक परमिशन फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट एंड देन यू हैव टू प्लांट अदर ट्रीज इफ यू वांट टू कट वन ट्री। इट इज ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट, है ना। और पता है कितनी जरूरत है? 50 डिग्री गया था ना इस पर टेम्परेचर। नाउ इन स्कूल्स आल्सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड दिस, कि हमें अपने बच्चों से ये सिखाना है कि हमें ग्रीन डेवलपमेंट करना है। दूसरा, एक्सेलरेटेड इंक्लूसिव एंड रेजिलिएंट ग्रोथ। इंक्लूसिव मतलब हमें अपनी सोसाइटी के कुछ हिस्सों को छोड़ नहीं देना, जो वल्नरेबल ग्रुप है, सबसे ज्यादा डिसएडवांटेज विमेन, फिर उसके बाद डिसेबिलिटी वाले बच्चे भी, और हमारे भी थोड़ा सा इशू रहता है, वो भी ऑप्रेस्ड रहे हैं, तो उनको
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कोई इतना पर ये भी बुरा नहीं था, ये थोड़ा सा टेक्निक था। नाम आया So we're just waiting for Principal Ma'am to come and then we'll inaugurate. ये लैपटॉप सर के लिए, ये एमसी शर्मा सर के लिए लैपटॉप नहीं, किसका लैपटॉप लैपटॉप नहीं मतलब हटा दे, गिरना जाए ना जैसे वो प्रेजेंटर। ये भी अगर ये नीचे चला जाता है कभी तो उसके ऊपर करते हैं। Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting shortly. We're just waiting for Principal Ma'am to join us, as she must be seeing off the guests, our chairpersons for Technical Session 1, and we already have our Honorable Chairperson for Technical Session 2 amongst us. So as Ma'am is already here, so we'll be beginning now. It is said, education is the cornerstone of progress, and investing in education is investing in our shared future. A very good afternoon to one and all. As we resume our ongoing one-day 7th National Conference here at GNCE, I would like to draw all of your attention towards the esteemed presence of our Honorable Chairperson for the Technical Session 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored to have amongst us Professor M.C. Sharma, sir. Professor M.C. Sharma, sir, is a renowned international educationist and academician of our country, who is currently serving as Project Director of UNICEF Project on Teacher Education. Sir, along with our Principal Ma'am, are now requested to kindly inaugurate the second session of our ongoing conference. Manager, sir, if you could please join them. And we would be lighting the auspicious lamp to inaugurate this technical session 2 of our ongoing 7th National Conference. This is an auspicious moment. We are witnessing the inauguration of Technical Session 2 of our ongoing 7th National Conference here at Guru Nanak College of Education. The lighting of the auspicious lamp signifies dispelling of ignorance and spread of knowledge. These pictures makes for the memories that we cherish throughout. And with this, I would also like to request our Principal Ma'am and Manager Sir to kindly bring Sir up to the stage so that we can have the felicitation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor M.C. Sharma Sir has just come onto the stage, and now I would like to request Dr. Jyoti Bala Ma'am to felicitate Sir along with Manager Sir with a small token of our love and respect towards him. Professor Sharma's long association with Guru Nanak College of Education has been a guiding light for all of us. Having a magnificent record of academic excellence, Professor Sharma has served at several senior positions, namely Senior Lecturer, Reader, Professor, Head Director at Delhi University, NCERT, IGNOU for more than 40 years now. Sir was awarded TCTP award by UK government and he served there as a specialist in education technology, teacher education, science education and educational media production for 6 years. Professor Sharma has published large number of research papers and research articles. He has also written booklets in various areas of education and guided large number of PhD scholars. Professor Sharma has visited more than 31 countries and was a team leader in China, UK, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Canada, New Zealand, and Thailand for innovation in curriculum of teacher education, a UNESCO assignment. He is a project director of UNICEF project on teacher education. He is a member of NCTE, MHRD, and UGC for teacher education. In addition to all this, he is also a member of Management Advisory Board of various universities in India and abroad. Professor Sharma is the Director of Teacher Education B.Ed program in Middle East countries and Mauritius and Program Director of Postgraduate Diploma in School Leadership and Management for principals, head teachers developed in collaboration with Commonwealth Secretariat London. Sir's contribution in distance education, particularly in science and teacher education, is well appreciated in more than 52 national and international conferences where he participated as chairperson and research paper contributor or key speaker. With the conclusion of our felicitation and inauguration ceremony of Technical Session 2, I would like to request Sir to kindly share a few words of wisdom to motivate our upcoming paper presenters so that they may express their views with full confidence and conviction. It's an honor to hear from you, sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. It's my privilege to be here, especially young teachers and teacher educators. My heartily thanks to Singh Saab, Dr. Jyoti, and our team, especially to give me time to interact with you all. First of all, I am very happy to be here in this College of Education, one of the best college as far as IP University is concerned. I just recollecting my old memories. Although I don't like that job, but I came for inspection in this college so many times. A time was there when this college was not considered to be a good college. Now it is considered one of the best colleges. So all contribution of Dr. Jyoti and her team and the management is to be appreciated. Any college of education institution is known for academic contribution. Friends, although I am still working at the international level, and I've been to various countries, various universities, taught there also. But I found a very important thing in this college. Dr. Jyoti and her team always try to find out innovative topics for this to be discussed for deliberation, seminar, and faculty development program. So I really congratulate for selecting a topic G20. And quality education is a main concern for everybody. So, first of all, I really appreciate and congratulate for selecting a topic on which a lot of discussion, deliberation will be there. And I request Dr. Jyoti, after completion of this seminar, and even FDP, which is scheduled in future also very shortly, that the recommendation of that must be sent to the authorities, especially Ministry of Education, or to our organization also, so that we can make your contribution and recommendation available to other countries also. They learn from your contribution also. And now I won't take much time, but I really want to appreciate those and would like to express my thanks to those who are really contributing a paper and will be a important part of deliberation of this seminar, especially those who are offline also or online also. And I hope that your contribution will really enlighten everybody and the country will really move towards G20's declaration, that is quality education for global improvement also. That's very important. India is known as a master, विश्व गुरु जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, is known for that. And with this remarks, although the topics are very important and it's our weakness of as a professor, when I start talking about any topic, it will take so many time. 1 hour is the minimum. So I stop myself because here I want a contribution to be made by the various paper presenters in this. And after that, we'll really come to the recommendations, and recommendation will be very useful, fruitful, not only for education system in India, for others also during world. With these words, I really appreciate and invite all the paper presenter to please come forward so that everybody can be benefited with your experiences, your research input in this theme. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It is always an honor to have you amongst us. So now, dear participants, it's your time. And as we embark on this journey over the next few hours, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible energy and potential that each one of you brings to this conference. You are here because you are passionate, curious, and eager to contribute to the advancement of the field of education. And therefore, I would like to invite our first presenter for the technical session 2 of this ongoing 7th National Conference at GNCE. The first presenter, we are going to have a total presentations of 21. 21 total presentations are going to be here in the second session. The first presenter, paper presentation of this session is also the lead paper, wherein the presenter will be allotted a total of 6 minutes of time for presentation, while rest of the participants are requested to restrict their presentation to within a time limit of 3 minutes each. Thank you so much. And with this, I would like to invite Ms. Sonam, our in-house faculty, with her paper title, Women-Led Development, A Matriarchal Rise. Sir, will you be comfortable sitting here? Or, I mean, the view, right, sir? So we'll have a chairperson being escorted by a manager, sir, downstairs in the front row for a better view of the presentations.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I stand before you to speak few lines on a very eminent topic, that is women-led empowerment, a matriarchal rise. As we all know, India holded the presidency of 18th G20 Summit in 2023, where the role of innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup to achieve the sustainable goals were highlighted. India, as the G20 president, prioritized a range of issues in various sectors, including education, digital economy, tourism, and women's empowerment. As there are only 6 years left to fulfill the promises made to women and girls as per the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development Goals, the country is aiming at providing leading positions to the women for effective achievement of Sustainable Development Goals. Women empowerment may be defined in various ways, including accepting women's viewpoints, making an effort to seek them, and raising the status of women through education, awareness, literacy, and training. Now, why is there a need for female upliftment? Why is there a need for women empowerment? There are women who have been beaten or otherwise abused in their entire lifetime, with the abuser usually someone known to her. Child marriages, female genital mutilation still persist. These heinous acts make women suffer physically as well as psychologically. It is because of the deep rooted patriarchal system of our society. In our society, violence against women is considered as a private matter that should be dealt privately within the family limits. Men are considered as superior to women with a mindset that they should assert their dominance. A disparity between different genders has been clearly reflected in the variety of sectors. Lately, the 17th edition of the Global Gender Gap Report 2023, has been released by the World Economic Forum to evaluate the status of gender parity, where India ranked 127 out of 146 countries, which clearly reflects that the gender gap still remains persistent. Violence against women and girls is a global pandemic and that needs to be addressed in both developing and the developed countries. India is expected to be the third largest economy by 2030 after United States of America and China. Regardless of its economic growth, women's participation in countries' politics, economy, and society has not kept in pace. The lack of safe and inclusive spaces in politics is a preeminent barrier to women's participation in politics, as women are subjected to violence and harassment. Now, by shifting the paradigm from women as recipients of welfare to the agents of empowerment, the government of India has brought many initiatives for promoting education, addressing gender discrimination by some of the initiatives that Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. It was launched in back 2015 to address sex selective elimination and declining child sex ratio, to protect the rights of girl child and to combat gender discrimination. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, a part of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao initiative, promises for an empowered future for providing financial security for girls in India. Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, Government of India under the Ministry of Women and Child Development established Rashtriya Mahila Kosh under the Society Registration Act 1860 to facilitate the socio-economic empowerment of women by providing microfinance services to the needy women. Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam 2023 or Women Reservation Act under 166th Constitutional Amendment provides women the reservation of one-third of the total seats in Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies. It has been a milestone in the journey of women-led empowerment by providing women representation in politics. Mahila Police Volunteer Scheme. It is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Women and Child Development and the Ministry of Home Affairs that was launched back in 2016, where it serves as a public and policy interface to help women in distress or to keep an eye on the situations where women are being harassed. Stand Up India. The Government of India has initiated many online marketing platforms like Stand Up India, Mahila Heart. Stand Up India was launched by Ministry of Finance in 2016 so that women entrepreneurship can be promoted at grassroots level by facilitating bank loans. Coming to the critical role of India's G20 presidency in matriarchal rise. During its G20 presidency, India made women's digital financial inclusion a priority that acts as a critical enabler for women empowerment. In its G20 presidency, India emphasized to ensure each and every woman entrepreneur has access to education that elevates her confidence and digital financial capabilities. Women Empowerment Working Group was created under India's presidency in 2023, and the purpose was to support countries in taking gender inequality and boosting women's empowerment in its different dimensions. A way forward to achieve women-led empowerment. We should provide a safe and secure workplace to the women. It is to be noted that creche facility should be provided to the women employees so that they do not have to be overburdened by the childbearing responsibility. The childbearing responsibility should be considered a collaborative responsibility between the husband, the wife, and the other family members, so that the women has not to be should not to be compromised on the professional level, and India is progressing. I would like to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sonam. That was an insightful presentation by you. And next in line, we have a few online presentations, starting with a presentation of Mr. Surya Pratap Singh and Madhavendra Abhinandan, who is a library intern at Rishihood University. And the title is G20 India Harnessing Technology Enabled Learning for Next Generation Education. Can we have the video, please?
Hello, Namaste everyone. My name is Surya Pratap Singh. I am working as a library intern at Rishihood University, Sonipat, Haryana. My topic is G20 India Harnessing Technology Enabled Learning for Next Generation Education. That we have discussed about introduction. The group of 20, that is G20, a consortium of the world's largest economies, was established in 1999 in response to the Asian financial crisis. The G20's primary role is to coordinate global economic policies addressing issues such as trade, health, climate and financial stability. Let's we have discussed about the power of technology in education. The integration of technology in education has revolutionized learning, breaking down geographical barriers and making quality education for more accessible. Like first point is access to quality education. Technology has played a crucial role in breaking geographical barriers and making education accessible to remote and unreserved areas. Digital platforms and online resources have enabled students in rural or isolated regions to access educational contents that was previously out of reach. The second point is personalized learning. Adaptive learning platforms have transformed the educational landscape by tailoring lessons to individual students' needs. Third point is interactive learning. The use of multimedia content, simulations, and virtual reality has transformed traditional classrooms into dynamic learning spaces. The next point is G20 India's initiative in technology-enabled learning. Based on the search results and the query, here is a comprehensive overview of the G20 India's initiative in technology-enabled learning. First point is digital classrooms that improves access to information, enhanced students' engagement, personalized learning. Second point is coding and robots that promotes creativity and innovation in thinking and teaches students valuable problem solving skills. Third point is personal development for educators. Here we have discussed about the main challenges and solutions. First is digital divide. Second is funding and resources. Third point is teacher training and capacity building. And the conclusion is G20 India's efforts in technology enabled learning have been transformative, focusing on digital classrooms, online resources, virtual labs, and coding programs to enhance educational access and quality. And thank you so much.
Is again an online one. Dr. Sandeep Kaur, who is working as an assistant professor at Aryans College of Education, Rajpura, will be presenting a paper with title G20 Promoting Inclusive, Equitable, Relevant and Quality Education. Dr. Sandeep Kaur. as we are adhering to the time limit of 3 minutes only. However, sir, if you feel like you want to directly see the recommendations, you can always indicate it to me or मैं उनको बोल दूंगी अगर forward करवानी हो video. ठीक, ठीक, all right. The next presentation is by Ms. Priyanka and Mr. Madhavendra Abhinandan, who are librarians at Fairfield Institute of Management and Technology at Rishi Hood University. G20 Transformative Vision from Women's Development to Women-Led Development, Empowering Global Change.
Everyone, myself Priyanka, librarian at Fairfield Institute of Management and Technology, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. My today's topic is Women's Lead Development, Empowering in Global Changes. That means women lead development represent a significant evolution in the approach to gender equality. We know that G20 is on the basis gender equality is a fundamental importance. This paradigm shift moves beyond merely including women in development processes to positioning them as an active leader and decision maker in shaping development agendas. The benefits for the gender empowerment or women empowerment means enhancing their economical growth, they develop outcomes, they represent their self and sustainable growth. Now we know that the gender and women lead developments is focusing on the economic development and empowerment, educational skill development, political participation and leadership and health well-being. We know that the concrete outcomes of G20 empowering the women has a multiplier effect benefiting families and contributing to overall society for the process. We know women are very important and the
Is that of Ms. Neha and Mr. Madhavendra Abhinandan, who are librarians at Fairfield Institute of Management and Technology, Rishi Hood University. Their paper title is G20 Advancing
Everyone,
Global
my name is
Education for
Neha. I am currently
Inclusivity,
working in
Equity,
Fairfield
and
Institute of
Excellence.
Management and Technology, New Delhi. Today, my topic is G20 Advancing Global Education for Inclusivity, Equity, and Excellence. Introduction. The Group of 20 G20 is an international forum comprising the world's largest economies established in 1999 that address global evolution of G20 focus on education. Historical context of the education working group, shift from economics policy to inclusive growth, key milestone and declaration related to education. Education working group current priorities, foundational literacy and numeracy, technology enabled learning, building capacities of lifelong learning and future of the work, promoting exclusivity in education, addressing the digital divide, inclusive education policies and initiatives, supporting vulnerable and underserved population, pursuing excellence in education, improving teacher quality and professional development, enhancing curriculum and pedagogical approaches, technology-enabled learning initiatives, digital classroom and infrastructure, online resource and virtual labs, challenges and solutions in implementing educational technology.
Friends, time is very short, 3 minutes. So I really request you to be very concentrate on the three aspects. The topic, why did you select this topic? What is the importance of this topic with reference to G20? And what is the present development already there? And what are the future strategies for development, especially with reference to quality education? These three things are to be emphasized. Don't read the paper as it is. Try to give these three aspects why you have selected this topic, need and importance with reference to G20. Second important thing is that what is the present status, and the third important thing, what are the possible strategies to overcome some problems and which can lead to the quality education. Please concentrate on three aspects because these three aspects will really help us to provide further recommendation to the authority to deliberate. Okay, with this, you please be short and point out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for these last minute tips to our paper presenters. And we'll be resuming the presentation, the recorded presentation that was going on the screen. Next. All right, so we're moving to the next presentation. Is it Dr. Abhilasha? Right? So we are having a presentation of Dr. Abhilasha Gautam being played on the screen, who is Principal AIE. Her paper title is A Comparative Analysis of India's G20 Agenda in 2023 pertaining to education sector with previous presidencies.
Greetings of the day to one and all present here. I am Dr. Abhilasha Gautam. I am very grateful to Guru Nanak College of Education for giving me this opportunity to present my paper on the topic A Comparative Analysis of India's G20 Agenda in 2023 pertaining to education sector with previous presidencies. As we all know, the group of G20 is an intergovernmental forum comprising the world's leading economies. While its primary focus is on economic cooperation and financial stability, the G20 has increasingly played a role in shaping global education discourse. Unlike dedicated education organizations like UNESCO, the G20 does not have a formal mandate for education policy. However, the G20 serves as a platform for G20 member nations to discuss and reach consensus on broad education priorities. This discussion often centers on education's role in addressing global challenges like poverty, sustainable development, and preparing workforces for a rapidly changing world. The G20's pronouncements can influence national education policies by highlighting critical areas and best practices shared by member states. In essence, the G20 acts as a high profile forum where leading economies can discuss education from a global perspective, potentially influencing policy agendas across the world. Here are some common educational agenda points that were discussed in the previous G20 meeting, which includes inclusive and equitable education that emphasizes on ensuring access to quality education for all children, especially marginalized and disadvantaged groups. Previous discussions, including the current one that happened in 2023, included digital transformation in education, early childhood education, skills development and lifelong learning, finances of the education, global citizenship education, which includes promoting education that fosters global citizenship, peace, and sustainable development. Here are some of the educational agenda points discussed during G20 meet in India held in 2023. The G20 summit held in India in 2023 focused on several key educational agenda points, emphasizing the importance of inclusive, equitable, and quality education for sustainable development.
Brings to an end of this of the online presentation. And now we will be beginning with the physical presentations. Ms. Pooja Rani, if you could come up on stage. Ms. Pooja Rani is pupil teacher of GNCE and her paper is titled Mahila Netritv Vikas G20 Pratiman Badlav.
गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन। मैं पूजा, छात्र शिक्षिका, गुरु नानक कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन। मेरा जो टॉपिक है वो है महिला नेतृत्व विकास G20 प्रतिमान बदलाव। भारत की G20 अध्यक्षता एक ऐसे विश्व को साकार करने के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण मंच प्रदान करती है जहां महिलाएं सतत विकास के निर्माण में समान भागीदार हैं और दृष्टिकोण समान भाग हो। और यह दृष्टिकोण हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की बाली में G20 शिखर सम्मेलन में की गई टिप्पणी में अच्छी तरह से व्यक्त किया गया है। महिलाओं की भागीदारी के बिना वैश्विक विकास संभव नहीं है। भारत में G20 की बैठक में 6 एजेंडे तैयार किए गए, जिसमें सबसे पहले हरित विकास, जलवायु वित्त और जीवन समावेशी और लचीला विकास SDG पर प्रगति में तेजी लाना और तकनीकी परिवर्तन और डिजिटल सार्वजनिक अवसंरचना शामिल है। G20 और लैंगिक समानता। पिछले कुछ वर्षों से लैंगिक समानता को सामाजिक सुरक्षा और मानवाधिकार के बजाय आर्थिक प्राथमिकता के नजरिए से देखा जा रहा है। लगभग एक दशक पहले प्रकाशित लैंगिक समानता पर विश्व विकास रिपोर्ट के अनुसार लैंगिक अंतर को कम करना एक मुख्य विकास उद्देश्य के साथ स्मार्ट अर्थशास्त्र है। 2015 में तुर्की प्रेसिडेंसी के तहत महिला 20 के रूप में जाने वाला एक आधिकारिक G20 जुड़ाव समूह बनाया गया। महिला 20 समूह G20 प्रक्रिया के एक अभिन्न अंग के रूप में महिलाओं के आर्थिक सशक्तिकरण को बढ़ावा देता है। महिलाओं के नेतृत्व वाले विकास के लिए भारत का दृष्टिकोण। कन्या भ्रूण हत्या के मूल कारणों और महिला सशक्तिकरण के संबंधित मुद्दे जैसे शिक्षा, संस्थागत परिसर और स्वच्छता को लक्षित करने के लिए भारत सरकार ने 2015 में बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ कार्यक्रम लागू किया। इस कार्यक्रम के परिणाम स्वरूप जन्म के समय लिंग अनुपात में सुधार हुआ। 2014-15 में जहां 1900 जो लिंग अनुपात 918 था, वहीं 2021-22 में प्रति 1000 पुरुषों पर 934 महिलाओं तक पहुंच गया। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 के तहत प्रणाली में बदलाव किए गए। सभी लड़कियों को समान शिक्षा प्रदान करने के लिए जेंडर समावेशी फंड का गठन किया गया। लैंगिक समानता और जेंडर संवेदनशीलता पर सामग्री शामिल करने के लिए लिंग संवेदनशील पाठ्यक्रम को बढ़ावा दिया गया। महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए जिला स्तर पर 769 वन स्टॉप सेंटर का एक नेटवर्क स्थापित किया गया, जो सभी महिलाओं को हिंसा से सुरक्षा प्रदान करता है। महिलाओं के सम्मान और जीवन यापन के लिए प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना के तहत निर्मित 69% घर पूरी तरह से महिलाओं के स्वामित्व में है। प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वल योजना के तहत सब्सिडी दर पर स्वच्छ खाना पकाने के लिए ईंधन उपलब्ध कराया जाता है। इस तरह महिला नेतृत्व वाले विकास के भारत के दृष्टिकोण में श्री प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के शब्दों में संक्षेपित किया जा सकता है, जब महिलाएं समृद्ध होती हैं तो दुनिया समृद्ध होती है। शिक्षा तक उनकी पहुंच वैश्विक प्रगति को आगे बढ़ाती है। उनका नेतृत्व समावेशिता को बढ़ावा देता है और उनकी आवाज सकारात्मक बदलाव को प्रेरित करती है। निष्कर्ष, महिलाओं के नेतृत्व। ओके, थैंक यू एवरीवन।
Next in line, we have Mansi, pupil trainee at GNCE. Her paper title is Upgrading Worldwide Administration, the Part and Effect of G20 Engagement Groups. With the presenter, this one, okay? And you have a total of 3 minutes to yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am pleased to present my paper on upgrading worldwide administration, the power and effect of G20. This paper focuses on how different working and engagement groups contribute to the global empowerment. The G20 logo and theme for India's G20 presidency draw motivation from the colors of Indian flag that symbolize development, concordance with the nature, and a pro-planet approach. The G20, with its assorted track and functional groups, points to cultivate a collaborative and comprehensive approach. The G20 operates through a rotating presidency that stays the agenda for 1 year and hosts the summit. It consists of two parallel tracks, the finance track and the Sherpa track. Apart from that, there is also Startup 20 Engagement Group, which is established under India's G20 presidency for the first time, recognizing startups' role in driving innovation. This Sherpa track consists of various functional groups. Apart from that, the major include the agricultural working groups that was initiated during the French presidency in 2011 to enhance cooperation on agricultural related issues that is crucial for achieving UN 2030 agenda, especially the goal of zero hunger. The next is Anti-Corruption Working Group, which was established in 2010 that aims to combat corruption by establishing minimum common standards for G20. It focused on public and private sector integrity, transparency, international cooperation, and asset recovery. Another, another major group include Education Working Group, which was formed in 2018 that address the learning outcomes and equitable access through technology, universal quality education, and international education. The finance track working group include three major groups. The framework working groups that discuss global macroeconomic issues and promote strong, sustainable, balanced, and inclusive growth. Sustainable finance and working group and global partnership for finance inclusion. Apart from that, there are other major engagement groups that include Business 20 that provide policy recommendation on economic growth and development from global business and community. Civil 20 group that represent civil society organization, Labor 20 group that address labor related issues, and Women 20 group that promotes gender inclusive economic growth. Some of the major significant achievements of India's G20 presidency across various areas include economic cooperation and recovery, sustainable development, and inclusivity. But, thank you and have a nice day.
Well presented, Ms. Mansi. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Divya Rani Verma, pupil trainee at GNCE. Her paper title is G20 Strategy for Developing and Using 21st Century Skills. All the best. You have 3 minutes to rest. Okay. You'll be using the presenter to change the slides. This will go forward. Okay. All right. Good afternoon to all the honorable people present here. I, Divya, will be presenting my paper on G20 strategies for developing and using 21st century skills. Let's begin with the objectives. So, my objectives will be, first of all, development of inclusivity, equity, and global community. After that, the development of 21st century skills and global growth. And in the last, we have strategies to develop technology to enable learning for next generation learners. So the 21st century skills are capabilities which contribute in development of individual in modern era. Some works including Delors report, WHO, OECD, ATCS, UNESCO, P21. So these are 21st century skills. So learning skills including critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, as well as communication. After that, the literacy skills, which are your information, your media, technology, and in the last, we have all the life skills. So I have collected some of the data through various materials, including books, articles, and research papers. So very first, it will be the Delors report, which talks about 4 pillars of learning. And then the book named Change Leadership Group discusses the 7 survival skills. And after that, we have a handbook of 21st century by CBSE, which discusses various facilitation methods, including integration of art and heritage, as well as various student-centered methods, including activity and games. Then we have another paper, Key Competencies, Education for Sustainable Development, which mainly talks about mediation tools, including ICT, which are discussed by and presented by Vygotsky as well. Right? Next, we have another paper, 21st Century Skills, present newly created device, My Chem DG, which means My Chemistry Digital Game, which is created by Malaysian Faculty of Chemistry. And then in the end, I would suggest some of the recommendations which were not very much discussed in my collected data. The very first will be making parents aware. So parents are in very closest touch to the children, so parents can develop the 21st century skills with their with teachers as well as other community members. So in that case, we can encourage community as well, so that we can develop children's while we can motivate children as its member of community. So in the last, I would just suggest to take some methods, first hand experience, provide first hand experience to the teachers, as well as create flexible curriculum and assessment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Divya. And now I would like to call upon Ms. Ramneek Kaur Alag and Ms. Himanshi Jangu, who will be presenting their research paper on the title Eco Education, Empowering Minds for Sustainable Development. There's a presenter to change the slides.
The future of our planet depends on the actions we take today. It emphasizes on the urgent need for the immediate actions to protect the environment and ensure the sustainable future. Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Guests, respected Principal Ma'am, and esteemed teachers. I am Himanshi, and I'm along with my companion Ravneet Kaur. So we feel privileged to present our paper in front of you on the topic EcoEd, Empowering Minds for Sustainable Development. EcoEd. EcoEd stands for Ecological Education. It emphasizes on three things. The first one is environment awareness, sustainability, and ecological literacy. It aims to empower individuals, especially children and young adults, with the knowledge, skills, and values necessary to understand and address the complex environment issues. Now, the reason behind choosing this topic, the first main topic, the main reason is, as we all know, that schools are considered to be a miniature of society, where the different group of peoples came here to acquire knowledge, develop skills, and foster the relationship between among children, among students, among humans, but with natures also. So it is important to have the teachers to be trained. As Tagore said, a lamp can never light another lamp unless it continues to burn its own flame. So it is important that the teachers should also be trained before the students be trained. So the next is addressing the environmental crisis. So it is very important to address the environmental issues, such as firstly, let's address the recent phenomena that we had seen, for the highest heat waves that occurs on the earth, almost 52 degrees Celsius nowadays. So it is the reason behind the climate change, and also the activities that were caused by the humans only. So the next is lack of integration. So the students are not aware how the environment influence their daily activities. So it is important to integrate the curriculum with the sustainable education. The next one is to provide an innovative solution. By providing the solution, that there are various teaching methods that the teachers can use, like field trip, to ensure and to encourage the students during to attend various environmental problems and to solve them.
The objectives of our research paper, EcoEd, are to examine the current practices of environmental education in schools, including curriculum content. Let's move forward towards the let us educate, inspire, and empower the next generation to take action and create a sustainable world. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. And the next presentation that is scheduled is that of Mr. Praveen Kumar, Librarian, Guru Nanak College of Education, along with Madhavendra Abhinandan, Assistant Librarian at Rishi Hood University. Sir's paper title is Role of Libraries in Advancing the G20's Sustainable Development Goals.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर, गुड आफ्टरनून मैम। जैसे कि मेरा नाम प्रवीण कुमार है, लाइब्रेरियन गुरु नानक कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन। जैसे कि कॉन्फ्रेंस का थीम है G20 वन अर्थ वन फैमिली वन फ्यूचर अचीव विद थ्रू द क्वालिटी एजुकेशन। जहां क्वालिटी एजुकेशन की बात होगी वहां लाइब्रेरी को दरकिनार नहीं किया जा सकता। लाइब्रेरी का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है एजुकेशन में, और वो भी क्वालिटी की एजुकेशन में। लाइब्रेरी के द्वारा ही आप आजीवन शिक्षा प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। लाइब्रेरी में ही सारी जितनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन, रिसर्च रिसोर्सेज है, स्टोरेज करके रख सकते हो। तो के माध्यम से लाइब्रेरी को प्रमोट किया गया। लाइब्रेरी सपोर्ट कर रही है G20 में। लाइब्रेरी किस तरह सपोर्ट कर रही है? क्योंकि एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन, लाइब्रेरी के अंदर हर तरह मटेरियल की एक्सेस है, चाहे वो इकोनॉमिकल इंफॉर्मेशन हो, चाहे टेक्निकल हो, चाहे एजुकेशनल हो। हर तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन लाइब्रेरी में अवेलेबल है। एक लाइब्रेरी ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां हर तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन इजीली एक्सेस की जा सकती है। लिटरेसी एंड एजुकेशन, लाइब्रेरी के अंदर ही आप लाइफ टाइम लिटरेसी और एजुकेशन प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। कोई एज लिमिट नहीं है लाइब्रेरी में। पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी के माध्यम से आप पूरी लाइफ स्टडी कर सकते हैं। एकेडमिक लाइब्रेरी के हिसाब से लाइब्रेरी में आप अपनी एजुकेशनल स्टडी के हिसाब से स्टडी कर सकते हैं। लाइब्रेरी को देखो 3 हिस्सों में डिवाइडेड किया गया है, पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी, एकेडमिक लाइब्रेरी और स्पेशल लाइब्रेरी। पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी में आप लाइफ टाइम स्टडी कर सकते हो, कोई बाउंडेशन नहीं है एज की, कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है। और एकेडमिक लाइब्रेरी को 3 हिस्सों में डिवाइडेड किया जाता है, स्कूल लाइब्रेरी, कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी, यूनिवर्सिटी लाइब्रेरी। उसके अलावा होती है तीसरी लाइब्रेरी स्पेशल लाइब्रेरी, जैसे आपका ब्रेल वगैरह इस तरह की लाइब्रेरी होती है, स्पेशल लाइब्रेरी में आती है। तो इसके माध्यम से आप लाइफ टाइम एजुकेशन प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, क्वालिटी एजुकेशन। देखिए क्वालिटी एजुकेशन की बात आती है तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ ये मटेरियल लाइब्रेरी में ही अवेलेबल हो सकता है। जैसे नेशनल जर्नल, इंटरनेशनल जर्नल, नेशनल बुक्स, फॉरेन ऑथर बुक, आपका जर्नल्स और इंसाइक्लोपीडिया, सब्जेक्टिव इंसाइक्लोपीडिया, जनरल इंसाइक्लोपीडिया, जर्नल होते हैं जो जैसे ब्रिटानिका वगैरह, ये सब लाइब्रेरी अवेलेबल हो सकते हैं और किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पर ये इंफॉर्मेशन प्राप्त नहीं हो सकती। और आप यहां से ही अपनी नॉलेज बढ़ा सकते हो, गेन कर सकते हो। और जो G20 के मोटिव है, हमारा उद्देश्य है, गोल है, उसमें सपोर्ट करती है लाइब्रेरी। उसके अलावा लाइब्रेरी के माध्यम से आप अपना व्यक्तित्व निखार सकते हो और उसके माध्यम से आप न्याय और अधिकारों की रक्षा कर सकते हो। निष्कर्ष यह है कि लाइब्रेरी के माध्यम से आप G20 के गोल को आगे बढ़ा सकते हो। इंपॉर्टेंट रोल निभाती है लाइब्रेरी एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन और इक्वल एजुकेशन के लाइफ टाइम लर्निंग के तौर पे। मेरे पास 1 मिनट है, एक स्टोरी सुनाना चाहता हूं। देखिए लाइब्रेरी को प्रमोट करने के लिए एक स्टोरी सुनाता हूं मैं आपको। एक जंगल होता है, उसमें एक वुड कटर होता है। उसका जो ओनर होता है तो वो लकड़ियां कटवा कर उससे जंगल से और शहर में बेचता था। तो वुड कटर वो पूरे दिन में 8 घंटे में एक पेड़ काटता था। एक पेड़ को काटता था तो उससे जंगल के मालिक का, मेरे पास है मिनट एक, तो जंगल के मालिक की जो पूरा नहीं हो पाता था तो वो क्या करता है, दूसरा वुड कटर रखता है, नया वाला, सेम एज, सेम साइज, सेम बॉडी। तो एक दिन में वो 2 पेड़ काटता था, 2 ट्री को काटता था। तो उसको डबल सैलरी देता है, 20,000, पहले को 10,000। तो पहले वाले को बड़ा फील होता है कि ऐसे कैसे हो गया कि मेरे से बाद में आया और डबल सैलरी ले रहा है। तो उसने मालिक से बात की, उसने कहा परफॉर्मेंस देखो, परफॉर्मेंस के आधार पर उसको आपको सैलरी मिल रही है। तो वो क्या करता है, एक्स्ट्रा वर्क करता है, 12 घंटे करता है, 14 घंटे काम करता है, लेकिन वो 2 ट्री नहीं काट पाता पूरे दिन। हार तक के वो पहले वाले के, दूसरे वाले के पास जाता है, पूछता है ऐसे क्या हुआ कि तुम 2 काट देते हो और मैं पूरे दिन में 1 काट पाता हूँ, एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देके भी। तो पहले वाला, दूसरे वाला कहता है कि मैं हर थोड़ी देर बाद अपने कुल्हाड़े को शांत करता हूँ और फिर आगे काम करता हूँ। और जो पहले वाला था वो पूरे एक बार कुल्हाड़े को शार्प करता था दिन में और पूरा दिन उससे काम लेता था। हम लाइफ में क्या करते हैं, एजुकेशन जो लेते हैं पूरी जिंदगी उसी एजुकेशन से काम चलाने की कोशिश करते हैं और टाइम टू टाइम अपने ब्रेन को शार्प नहीं करते। जो ये आपकी लाइब्रेरी है ये वो काम करती है, कॉन्फ्रेंस वो काम करती है, एफडीपी वो काम करती है, वर्कशॉप, शॉर्ट क्लासेस कोर्स, छोटे छोटे कोर्स ये वही काम करते हैं कि आपकी बुद्धि को शार्प करें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Praveen sir, and you truly stayed true to your profession. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Harshpreet Kaur, pupil teacher at GNCE, with her paper titled Education, a Challenge Beyond a Right. There's a presenter. You can navigate through the slides.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I, Harshpreet Kaur, pupil trainee of GNCE, would be presenting a paper on education, a challenge beyond a right. So first, I would like to ask a question: is the education truly free? हमने RTE Act 2009 में दे दिया, which provided free and compulsory education for children aged 6 to 14. But we forgot that there are non-monetary barriers as well that hinder the inclusion of marginalized groups such as children with disabilities and the LGBTQ plus community. So I have tried to focus on that in my paper. First, I would like to share an instance with you all. Recently, I came across a 14-year-old boy with a rare spinal injury requiring a wheelchair, and he faced severe discrimination in schools. His parents changed schools multiple times due to inadequate infrastructure and support. One school accepted him, but he was labeled as a disgrace to the class and he was asked to be removed from the school. Though he's now in a good school and is brilliant creatively, his story highlights the harsh realities faced by the children with disabilities from the so-called normal world. So we really need to do something for the inclusion of the children suffering from disability. As shows by the 2019 UNESCO report, we are still there a long way to go. Terms abled and disabled are societal constructs, and the presence of disability does not take away a person's intellect, creativity, or potential. The world shaped predominantly by the abled individuals needs policymakers with disability to better understand and address these issues. Coming to the LGBTQ plus community, Section 377 was revoked, but the historical Indian culture embraced diverse sexualities and gender expressions long before colonial influence. Ancient literature and monuments reflect this diversity. For instance, Ardhanareshwar, the composite deity in Hinduism, symbolizes the unity of masculine and feminine. The monuments like Odisha's Konark Sun Temple and Khajuraho Temple depict various forms of sexuality and gender expressions. British colonial rule imposed the Section 377, altering the societal attitudes towards gender and sexuality. LGBTQ plus students often feel unsafe, face bullying, and lack a safe space for identity discussions. So what we need to do for them is a safe space where they are free to discuss their identity without fear of being labeled as abnormal or different. Certain changes that I would like to add that we can use via simulations to foster empathy, implement apps like Seeing AI and Be, and also modify the infrastructure such as installing braille types, accessible washrooms, and unisex facilities, as we can see in the illustration here as well. I would like to conclude that inclusion requires the teacher to believe that all students have something important to offer in the classroom. So let's shape an inclusive education environment for all the students out there, as school is a miniature social miniature social surrounding. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harshpreet Kaur, and that was really an insightful presentation. Now I would like to call upon Manpreet Kaur and Gurneet Kaur, pupil teacher GNCE, with their paper titled G20, Promoting Inclusive, Equitable, Relevant and Quality Education. Can we have you on stage, please? This is a presenter where you can change your slide.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. Today, I would like to highlight the issue of promoting inclusive, equitable, relevant, and quality education. Firstly, I would like to explain my quote that was said by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Education equips individual with the knowledge, critical thinking skills, and ability to innovate, solve problems, and enables the people to improve their life and advocate the rights to contribute in the society. Firstly, before starting, I would like to tell my reason for choosing this topic. The topic was chosen due to its fundamental role in fostering the personal and societal development. Quality education is a pivotal in liberating intellect and unlocking imagination and enables individuals to contribute in the progressive society. The topic aligns with the global goals for sustainable development. The objective behind this is it helps in fostering the self-respect and prosperity. Moreover, it promotes the social progress. It also promotes the lifelong learning. It helps in removing the educational barriers. Then, I would like to tell what is inclusive education. Inclusive education is the education in which all children are equal regardless of their caste, culture, gender, religion, and disability. As, as shown in the above image, it is equitable education. All the children have the equal access to the resources in the educational sector. The relevant education, it is the gap between what you think and what is important. Quality education, it focuses on each and every domain of the development regardless of their status. I would like to move on the need of promoting quality education. It helps in addressing the disparities, promote social justice, economic benefits, and improve social comprehension. The importance is it enhances the individual potential, it helps in achieving the gaps and fosters the diversity and inclusion. And how can we implement in the classroom? We can improve in the curriculum. There should be a support by the parents and it focuses on the ECC. I would like to conclude that the implementation of the inclusive, equitable, relevant, and education indicates that while significant progress has been made in improving the access to the education, challenges will remain in ensuring inclusivity and quality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manpreet. And now I would like to Japsahid Singh Bakshi, who is working as TGT Science at Sadhguru Academy, Ramesh Nagar, with his paper titled Role of G20 in Promoting Inclusive Education. You have a presenter there and you have a total presenters have slide change कर सकते हैं and total 3 minutes का time.
हाँ से change करनी है. Okay.
Your presentation is.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be presenting my research article on the role of G20 in promoting inclusive education. First of all, we will get knowledge about what exactly is G20. G20 is basically a summit or a meeting organized by 20 countries. The basic aim of G20 is to bring together the greatest economies to discuss upon the subjects like environmental pollution, climate change, global warming, and it may directly or indirectly can have impact on education as well. The theme of G20, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, or one earth, one family, one future. It simply means that all organisms, including plants, humans, microorganisms, are dependent on one another. In this world, we cannot survive alone. We need someone, and someone needs us in one form or other. Now, this time in India got the chance to hold the presidency of G20 summit from 1st of December 2022 to the 30th November 2023. G20 can influence the decision on education directly or indirectly. First of all, like G20 can have impact on the funds that are being allocated for schooling, and the funds will make it easy about the availability and affordability, accessibility to the resources. It will help in bridging the learning gaps. Also, the infrastructure of the schools will be changed. We talk about inclusive education. For inclusivity, we need certain changes that will help the students with special needs or the students from weak economic background to merge with the mainstream society. Plus, G20 education plan also focuses on that everyone in this society, each and every child has the right to get education, which is the basic need. Plus, it also ensures that teachers are well trained for imparting such inclusive form of education. Inclusive education means an education practice which is free from all types of discrimination barriers, whether it is on the basis of caste, class, gender. Education must be free from all these shackles that trap the future of a child. Children who grow together learn to live together. Now, in this research paper, we'll discuss about the role G20 can play in promoting inclusive education. Now, the aim of India is to build a skilled workforce, and by fostering inclusive education, we can have children from varied background contributing best of their abilities. I would like to sum up by suggesting that G20 can help in building a skilled workforce, and my suggestions will be that we must include the children or the people that have fought any form of discrimination and came up into the mainstream society to build the policies and being a part of policymakers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jagseher, for restricting yourself to the allotted time limit. And now I would like to invite Ms. Kavita, Assistant Professor at Guru Nanak College of Education, onto the stage to present her paper titled G20, Strategy for Using and Developing 21st Century Skills.
Good afternoon, everyone. My topic is G20 Strategy for Using and Developing 21st Century Skills. G20 almost group of 20 skills, unemployment and poverty. ये ऐसे दो टर्म है जो हम में से कोई भी अपनी लाइफ में नहीं चाहता हमारे साथ हो एंड हमारी आने वाली जनरेशन में भी हो. तो इस फ्यूचर में इससे बचने का सबसे अच्छा सॉल्यूशन है स्किल्स डेवलप ट्रेनिंग. स्किल्स डेवलपमेंट ट्रेनिंग बेसिकली हम सबके पास अपनी स्किल्स होती है, लेकिन हम उन स्किल्स को डेवलप कैसे करेंगे. अगर कोई बॉय है और वो कुकिंग में इंटरेस्ट करता है तो उसके लिए we have to change our mentality, right? कि गर्ल है वो मिलिट्री में जाएगी, हम अपनी बेटी को नहीं भेज सकते, तो we have to change our mentality. बच्चे के अंदर वो स्किल्स है, वो इस फियर को कम आउट कर सकती है, ओवरकम कर सकती है, राइट? To be more productive means we are productive, but need to be more productive, to be more adaptive to change, especially for parents, because पेरेंट्स का बहुत रोल होता है. तो स्किल एजुकेशन के लिए पेरेंट डिसाइड करते हैं हम ये ऑप्ट करेंगे, चाहे वो बच्चे के अंदर वो स्किल्स हो या ना हो. जैसे टीचिंग फील्ड, बच्चे को इंजीनियर बनाएंगे, टीचर नहीं बन जाएंगे, चाहे उसके अंदर वो स्किल्स है. तो हम उसे स्किल्स जो बच्चे के उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना, स्कूल में इसका इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. इंप्रूवमेंट एक्सेस टू हाई क्वालिटी एजुकेशन ट्रेनिंग. हाई एजुकेशन क्वालिटी यानी कि स्किल्स को जो बेस होना चाहिए वो प्राइमरी से होना चाहिए, फिर उसके बाद सेकेंडरी, सीनियर सेकेंडरी, देन हायर एजुकेशन. यानी कि अगर डिसकंटिन्यू होगा कहीं भी तो फिर वो स्किल्स इनकम्प्लीट रहेगी, राइट? इंटरनेशनल कोलैबोरेशन, यस, हम इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर स्किल्स को ट्रेन कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके लिए एफर्ट हमें खुद करने होंगे, राइट? पार्टनरशिप बिटवीन पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट सेक्टर, प्राइवेट एंड पब्लिक सेक्टर को मिलकर वर्क करना पड़ेगा. थर्ड, इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग. एजुकेशन इन्वेस्टमेंट इज बेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, ठीक है? एफडी बाकी सारे से सबसे अच्छा इन्वेस्टमेंट एजुकेशन पे होता है. और स्किल्स की अगर आप करते हैं, की एज होती है 60 इयर्स, राइट? लेकिन स्किल्स है तो आप 89 में भी अगर आपके पास कुछ नहीं है ना, स्किल्स है, तो यू कैन अर्न. Legislative reform means basically flexibility in law. Make learning more flexible. We can learn through online, but we can learn online. Like वो चीज ऐसी होती है जो हम ऑनलाइन देखते हैं. Promote a culture of lifelong learning. अगर ने कभी 16 इयर्स कुछ नहीं सीखा तो उसके बाद अगर उसको कोई किसी भी लड़की को या लड़के को कोई भी इंटरेस्ट आता है सीखने में, कहते हैं अब तक तो करनी, अब क्या सीखेगा, राइट? तो लर्निंग को हमें एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा. थैंक यू. बेसिकली मेरा टॉपिक यही था कि स्किल्स के लिए स्कूल से पहले फैमिली का इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है. अगर वो मोटिवेट करेंगे, वो प्रमोट करेंगे और टीचर्स के साथ कोलैबोरेट करेंगे तो वो जरूर होगा. 3 इयर्स के बच्चों को कहेंगे हमने कुछ नहीं सिखाया, अब आप सिखाओ, तो स्कूल कुछ नहीं कर सकता, कॉलेज भी कुछ नहीं कर सकता. फर्स्ट होता है फैमिली, राइट? थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As you spoke from your personal experience, I would now like to call upon Ms. Apar Binjola, who is an assistant professor here at Guru Nanak College of Education. Her paper title is Accessibility, Equity and Inclusion in Education. Ma'am, you have a total of 3 minutes for your presentation. And this is a presenter to change the
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's my topic is accessibility, equity, and inclusion in education. Let's begin. As we have already discussed with the overview of G20, it is one of the most influential group with 2/3 of its world population, 85% of the GDP, and 75% of world trade among its members. The main focus of G20 is to provide education, and it works on SDG 4 Sustainable Development Goal for quality education. It works with institutions like World Bank, UNESCO, and OECD countries to promote education and work with Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Focusing on G20 presidency of India, India's long-standing belief that Vasudev Kutumbakam has been also prioritized by G20 as well, and it focused on the primary objective of India's particular presidency is to increase the vocational training, technical education, etc., and support lifelong opportunity for all. Following a few of the drivers of exclusion, as we have already discussed: gender, socioeconomic status, disability, language development. Quoting one of the facts, for example, according to UNESCO 2024 report, out of 99 million illiterate youth, 59% are women. And also quoting one of the World Bank report of 2021, 43% of children in lower income nation will still be attending schools in poverty by 2030. So we have to make sure that since these all problems are interlinked together, we have to make sure that the recommendations or the remedies should also be interlinked, such as we have to seek out local educators especially female educators that are aware of the language and culture of that particular area. We have to enhance our national data system so that we can monitor who are the students that are in and out of classroom. We have to encourage all the national governments of all the nations so that they can provide adequate funds to provide good quality education to all the students. We have to ensure that we're also incorporating equity, accessibility in the educational framework. We have to provide adequate training. As we have already discussed, that many teachers are not adequately trained, so we have to provide adequate training to the teachers as well. And we have to guarantee, especially the marginalized people that we have discussed, that women are the most marginalized and people from ethnic groups are the most marginalized people. So we have to ensure that we are providing good quality education for them also. And we have to ensure that especially from the marginalized group, they are also participating and they are also participating in helping in budgeting, planning, and policy making for the education. And lastly, to conclude, I would just want to say over the line, to guarantee that learning happens for everyone, we have to ensure that India and all the G20 and other ministries as well are working together. Thank you, everyone.
That was a very well-timed presentation, Ms. Apar. And now I would like to invite Ms. Ronika Kaur, who is the Assistant Professor at Guru Nanak College of Education, onto the stage with her paper titled G20 EdTech, A Way Forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. The title of my paper is G20 EdTech, A Way Forward. I chose this topic as technology is taking a fast pace into our lives and it has touched educational field as well. In 2015, G20 agreed upon 17 Sustainable Development Goals to be achieved by 2030. SDG4 pertains to quality education to all, and during Argentina's presidency, Educational Working Group was formed with a focus on foundational literacy and numeracy, tech-enabled learning, building capacities and providing lifelong learning and strengthening research and innovation through collaboration of various institutions. G20 Digital Innovation Alliance is a part of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to bring various startups, investors, etc., together to provide solution and integrate technology. We move to India's initiatives that are Swayam, Virtual Labs, Diksha, ePathshala, and Shiksha Vani podcasts, to name a few. EdTech has innumerable benefits. One can access information from anywhere at any time. Interactive audio-visual content makes the content interactive and attractive for all. Individualized learning as per students' pace, digital notes, virtual labs. It helps us to have experiential learning. As the quote says, tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. We can also upskill ourselves through various crash courses, MOOCs, boot camps. Along with benefits come some challenges as well. Urban-rural disparity to access devices and internet. Household excess screen time poses health, mental, emotional problems to the students. Many students have many friends online, but they do lack personal friendship and companionship in reality. Lack of privacy and security. They can be easily distracted, and lack of online content. To overcome these challenges, various recommendations are as follows. Collaboration of educational institutions with government to provide devices and internet access to underprivileged sections of the society, with vigilance of parents and restricted access to the content through child control settings. Teachers can also recommend valid and authenticated websites to the students to access online content. No gadget zones should be made in household to have family time and inculcate family values. Teacher training programs and bridge courses to equip teachers and soon-to-be teachers, pupil teachers, with the relevant skills. And lastly, cyber security should be taught to all to prevent falling prey of cyber crimes. Thank you.
Bang on time, Ms. Ronika. And now I would like to invite Ms. Khushbu Assistant Professor at Guru Nanak College of Education. Her paper title is Bridging Education Gaps, a Unified Approach to Quality Education for a Sustainable Future in the G20 Framework. Navigating through the slides.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kushbu. I'm Assistant Professor of GNCE. Now, today I would like to present my paper. The title of my paper is Bridging Educational Gaps, a Unified Approach to Quality Education for a Sustainable Future in G20 Framework. So, first I would like to introduce my topic, the need for high quality education in growing in an era of economic global difficulties and technological advancements. As the most developed economies in the world, G20 nations have a special chance and duty to close the educational gap in the education and build welcoming, excellent educational settings to promote sustainable development. In the G20 framework, closing of educational gap is not just a matter of academics, but also a strategic need to guarantee long-term equality and global prosperity. Now, first we need to understand the educational gaps. What are educational gaps? The educational gaps are basically the lack of information which hinders the attainment of sustainable development goals, increases inequality, and limit the realization of resources. So, the role of G20, where the role comes, therefore, the G20 plays a crucial role in promoting an inclusive, unified approach to education that transcends national boundaries and tackles structural issues to accomplish this goal. Now, some key challenges are the G20 key challenges are educational inequality, quality of education should be there, integration of technology should be there, measuring educational outcomes should be there, funding and resource allocation should be there. So, first of all, I would like to tell about the educational inequalities. Educational inequality globally affects students' access to quality education and future opportunities, necessitating targeting interventions, increased investments, and policies for equitable access and resources. Key aspects of educational inequalities are access to education, that is socioeconomic status, geographic disparities, gender marginalized communities, and rural areas. So basically, inclusive education is vital as it ensures access to quality education. Quality of education, how can we increase the quality of education? Basically, we can increase education by training our teachers and also fulfilling the outdated curriculum by making new curriculum according to the present times, and and there are inadequate teaching methods for the teacher trainees, so we can develop them as well. After that, there is integration of technology. Innovative strategies like technology integration, personalized learning, and community involvement can bridge educational gap enhancement and engage and enhance learning outcomes like MOOCs, SWAM, and artificial intelligence, which are upcoming right now. Now, if we want to go to the next, that is measuring educational outcomes. So measuring educational outcomes involves evaluating performance and effectiveness. So to conclude, basically all these points are there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kushbu ma'am. And now I'll be presenting my own paper. My name is Reha Ahuja, and I'm also an assistant professor here at Guru Nanak. The title of my paper is Navigating the Digital Frontier, How Prioritizing Education Technology Can Shape Global Growth Trajectories. Now here this word global growth trajectories makes it imperative for me to explain the term global growth trajectory, which means the patterns and pathways of economic, social, and technological development on a global scale. Now, they encompass how different regions, countries, and sectors evolve over time and how they contribute to overall global progress. I'll be skipping a few slides since morning we know what education technology is, and moving directly to this slide where I am explaining a relationship between teacher and learner. We always talk about the relationship that a teacher and learner share, but there also becomes the content, in between this relationship, content plays a very important role, and along with the content, now it is the technology that has come in between, and now it has become a complete circle where the content has to be delivered using the technology. While content adds to the cognitive value, it is the technology that helps in transacting that content to the students. This is the current landscape of education technology. Here on top, I have online learning platforms that are available in the form of Coursera, edX, Khan Academy. These are a few examples that I've taken, and these are prominent platforms that provide full-time degree courses, and they're all online. Next, we have virtual classrooms, which we are all familiar with, coming to educational apps, games, which include AI-driven. Then comes the adaptive learning technologies, and then we have trends shaping the future. Now, these trends shaping the future, here we talk about the personalized learning experiences followed by augmented reality and virtual reality. This augmented reality is something that we started experiencing with Snapchat filters, right? And we got familiar with it. So now all these things, they help us. And this is the current landscape of education technology that is already available. And coming to the next slide that says importance of global access to education. Now, what is the importance? Why do we need a global access to education? We need it for various reasons. We need it for economic development. We need it for social equity. We need it for health and well-being. We need it for empowerment. We need it for global competitiveness. And we also need it for sustainable development. All these things have already been explained by my co-paper presenters. And now, basically, the main aim of my presentation is to put forward a few recommendations to enhance the access of education, enhancing its global reach. But before which, I would like to draw your attention towards the ground reality on a global level. The statistics are on the screen, which are to be like 6.7 million children of primary school are out of school globally. Coming to the recommendations, we would say, I would also like to call Charu ma'am, the next presenter. And the recommendations all include using edtech platforms like MOOCs, inclusivity, personalized learning, using artificial intelligence, innovative methods like virtual reality, augmented reality, workforce development, and of course, reverse mentorship, where we can always continue lifelong learning by learning from our students. Charu ma'am, if you could please come up on stage now to present your paper, which is titled, a man has co-authored this paper with Dr. Chinky Agarwal. Dr. Charu Sethi, who is working as assistant professor at Guru Nanak College of Education, has a paper titled Women Leadership Breaking Barriers.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chairperson, sir, Manager, sir, Principal, ma'am, my fellow participants, and dear students. I'm going to present the paper on the topic Women Leadership, that is breaking barriers under the G20 theme of women-led development. Now, I think we all have heard a lot about the G20 and especially about the women-led development. So I'll be just mentioning the key points here, that what it is all about as mentioned under the G20 summit. So basically, women-led development was one of the 6 focal points of India's G20's presidency, and it basically focused on the potential of women that for actively shaping the social progress, the economic progress, and the cultural progress. And the main the current schemes that are going on in India as of now are the Stand Up India, PM Mudra Yojana, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, Poshan Abhiyan, and Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Basically, in G20, there was a talk about the paradigm shift from women as recipients of the welfare and women as agents of empowerment. So it is basically talking about women as leaders and the women who are empowering the nation globally that we are talking about. Some of the barriers were also mentioned in the G20 summit that I would like to talk about. The first one is gender pay gap, which we still see in many of the fields, that there is a gender pay gap. Motherhood penalty was also mentioned here, which is something which we do not talk about often, but it is very important and a crucial point to understand, because if a woman is a mother, then also she has double responsibility. So it is something that needs to be understood not only from the home point of view, but from the service. Then again, the gender division of labor And we all know that patriarchy is something that is the root cause of all these problems. Now, what G20 talks about, or what are the recommendations that they have mentioned regarding the women-led development? So first and foremost, they have talked about the self-help groups, that we have to channelize the monetary benefits and the institutional benefits for the self-help groups. And equity also they have talked about, that we have to focus on the equity as well. And one more thing, they are not only talking about women-led development at the global level, but also at the decentralization. It is also talked about that women leadership should be decentralized. And last, they have also talked about the education policies, that we need to focus on the education policies and education as a medium to make sure that women are leading. The other things that they have mentioned, they have talked about the care economy, that we have to invest in the care economy, and also by redefining GDP, that is to make sure that the homework is also visible in the GDP. I would just like to conclude my presentation by quoting Sheryl Sandberg, that in the future there will be no female leaders, there will just be leaders. Thank you so much.
What a thoughtful presentation, Dr. Charu Sethi, with everybody all nodding their heads in agreement that we don't want to be on the receiving end anymore. We want to lead the enterprise. And with this, I would like to call upon the last presenter, in fact, a team of presenters to the stage, Mr. Nagendra Kumar Yadav and Ms. Tamanna Puri, who is working as PGT Chemistry, Gagan Bharati Public School, Om Bihar, and PRT English, Spring Meadows Public School, Dwarka More, respectively. Their paper title is G20 and Women Empowerment. You both have a total of 3 minutes for your presentation. Kindly come up on stage. And this is the presenter to navigate through the slides.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, respected chairperson, sir, manager, sir, and respected principal, ma'am. So, my name is Tamanna Puri.
My name is Nagendra Kumar Yadav.
Our paper title is G20 and Women Empowerment. Basically, from past so many years, we observe that women face so many problems in their life, in their career field, financially, and in so many fields. And women empowerment basically includes to accept the ways, accept their point of views, make them self-reliant, make them financially stable, and make them self-independent. And from past so many meetings of G20, we observe that they have did number of initiatives. They have initiated so many programs during their meetings, and we can observe there is a paradigm shift of change in women development, from change in women development to women led by development. In this, basically, they include the women to work for them, for work the, and there are many domestically also many initiative was taken by our government also. For example, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao program, and there is a 60% improvement in the sex ratio after that. And there are another initiatives also which was taken by our Indian government, which includes Deen Dayal Upadhyay National Urban Livelihood Mission for skill development that leads market-based employment. And there is another one which is Mission Poshan 2.0, integrated national campaign for nutritional and health care to women, to provide nutritional diet to all the mothers and nursing mothers. And there are another program which was initiated by Indian government, which is Stand Up Mahila A Stand Up India and Mahila A Heart for Women Female Internship Entrepreneurship and Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Basically, in Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, they provide financial help to all the women who want to be an entrepreneur and who want to start their small businesses. And they, in Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, they provide loans at low rate interest. Thank you.
Thank you to the last presenters of today's event. And now, as we approach the end of our engaging and insightful session, it is my great pleasure to invite our esteemed chairperson, Professor MC Sharma sir, to deliver the concluding remarks.
Very nice session for me. I was thinking that after such a nice lunch, I may feel sleepy. But this session was such an important, interactive, innovative, thought provoking. So I cannot miss a sentence, although I congratulate all the paper presenter. Specifically, I would like to congratulate the BEd trainees here. I tell you my own experience, it's very difficult to face the audience. You can talk like anything, you can give recommendation, you can write, but come and face audience is very, very difficult. And those who have come and faced the audience, they need special congratulation from my side. So the strength of the seminar, which I feel very happy and will like to appreciate the effort of faculty members and the principal of this college to encourage upcoming teachers to come and present their views and to face the audience is very important. That's very important thing here is a strength of this seminar. The new young teachers are coming forward and they are presenting innovative ideas. Friends, let me share with you, the time was very limited and I can tell you the time management is a very important aspect. And I really congratulate those who are managing all this time. It looks very odd sometimes, you may feel bad, but it's very, very good. The time management has been kept. So it's my another congratulation to the organizer also. I have written a book on time management. So it's very important how to manage time because there are so many things how to maintain stress management is also there, but time management. Now coming to the deliberations, all need congratulations. It's a very important efforts made by them. I really happy that in this presentation, all the important issues have been covered. That's a different thing in what way these issues are to be covered. I mentioned that some of the paper were excellent, especially those who have come from the faculty and from BA training. I mentioned in the beginning also, whenever any short time is there, don't bother about reading out the text. It's already there. Sometimes if Dr. Jyoti give me time, I will tell you how to prepare the PowerPoint. As the name indicates, PowerPoint is a point, but it's very powerful. Don't put everything on a text because time is not there. You are the resource person. You have a lot of thoughts. You can express your views like anything. Therefore, the PowerPoint presentation is very, very important. What is generally expected from such a innovative seminar is why did you select the topic? The importance of the topic, of course, you can say, of course, it's a deliberation from the G20 recommendation, fine. But still, you can add, there are so many recommendations, why have you selected this topic? Need an importance of the topic on which you are going to express your views. It's very, very important. In 3 minutes, 3 aspects, if you cover, you are the best person. First, why did you select this topic? What is the need and importance? What is the significance? That's very important thing. Second important thing, what is the present scenario? There are so many things are there. Nowadays, we are working very hard on indigenous knowledge system. Our present system already there. Sometimes our old system, old is gold, is also there. So here comes your innovative aspect. We extract what is there in the present system. Aspect both good things and what is the gap then. And how to Then here comes the quality education, our main achievement. So how to fill up that gap? You have to suggest strategies and recommendation for that. What could be possible strategies to fill up that? These are the very important thing. Friends, so many topics were there, but most of the topic were I'm very happy for on the women empowerment. This seminar, if I may be permitted, is really is based on the women empowerment. If you just see the presenter also, I think 90% are the women. So it's a woman empowerment, more than that also. So women empowerment was very nicely deliberated. And we need it. There is importance for that, significance for that. And I can tell you the quality education can only be brought when women empowerment is to be taken care. Women empowerment, and we in our culture we mention mother is the first teacher. Here comes the quality. When somebody was talking about the skill from the family, I do agree. In our ancient time, there were no college of skill development. Only skilled people. A person, I don't say that a person from a boy for carpenter, father is a carpenter, should be a carpenter. But I can tell you they are the perfect people. Skills are already inherited because the family environment are there. So what is more important here is that the woman empowerment has been deliberated very nicely and there is a need of it. Now the question here is there are so many barriers. Now I was all the time expecting the barriers which really putting us a certain type of hindrance to our women empowerment must be deliberated in detail. So those who could not present all the papers should come forward. What are the barriers? How to overcome them? What are the possible strategies? And if these are met, then what? How can we achieve quality education, women empowerment? Are the important aspect to be taken with. I am very happy that second largely discussed was the inclusive education is very important. The pillar of national education policy, equity, etc. Education is very and it's important. You keep on talking inclusive. What is education? All the people should sit in one classroom. No. Why do we need inclusive education? What is the importance of that? How it will contribute in the development of the society? What are the possible strategies? How technology is changing all this scenario? And the most important thing is our mindset. That's very important thing for dear friends. Let me tell you that you are very fortunate. I keep on telling the same thing whenever we go to a college of education. I've already mentioned here also. Earlier, B.Ed was 1 year. Now it's 2 years. Now you should be thinking that now we have wasted 1 year. We would have completed B.Ed of 1 year. But you are very fortunate. Next time, B.Ed is of 4 years. What is the purpose of changing all these things? The purpose is only that we want you to be teacher who can deal inclusive classroom. Now I can tell you when we are discussing NCT also, a program is to be developed for those in-service teachers who are already teaching in a school to complete the inclusive education classroom situation, how to deal with that. We have been trained to teach general students, but how to deal with students with who belongs to inclusive education with of course little bit of I will not say special needs, that's the right word, not disability. Very important. So you should feel proud of that. So in this seminar, it has been highlighted and talk about the inclusive education, very, very important topic. Although few papers were on the education technology. Technology can play a very important role. But what is important? I can tell you technology is important, but nobody can replace a good teacher. Please remember, technology is just like a vehicle. आपके पास गाड़ी है, but all will depend upon how to drive that driver. So you should not be led by technology. That technology be done by you. You should not drive. Technology should not drive you. Other you should drive the technology. That's very important thing. And the important thing here is how to make use of technology. On 2nd of next month, Dr. Jyoti has given me opportunity to deal with that. I will tell you how to come, what is the origin of education technology, and we are coming to the latest and how will it will lead to the quality education. G20 basically they have given recommendations. But what is more important in these type of seminar, the recommendations are there about how to implement effectively. That's a very important thing. And what should be the possible strategy to implement? A college of education like this, Guru Nanak College, should come forward and the government of India will be very happy if you just provide them. These are the possible strategies to achieve women empowerment, possible strategies to achieve inclusive education, equitable education, how to promote education technology, how to ensure the various aspects like accessibility, availability, and other aspects which are very important for education technology and technology also. And the most important, how to change the mindset of the society so that everybody should get benefit from that. I will not take much time, but I will tell you that all those who have presented paper again need congratulations. Very nicely prepared, worked very hard. The BEd trainees and faculty and all the paper presenter also. But only my suggestion to all of you, when time is very short, then try to concentrate on the significant aspect. Why this? What are the present status? Why do we go ahead with this? What are the challenges? How to meet those challenges? What could be possible strategy? If this innovative things come out, the output of this seminar will be really beneficial, not to your college also, not to Indian situation, but all over the world. And I can tell you, India is going to become a Vishwa group. And in G20 countries, and I will talk about the international level, UNICEF level, when G20 was going on, it was G20, we have the world countries in our UNICEF also. They all the time looking forward. The education is coming from different country. They mention very clearly, sir, we are looking forward towards India to provide the way how to achieve a quality education, which is very important for global growth. That's very important thing. I will be very happy to thank management. Dr. Singh is here. Singh साहब है यहाँ पर. Dr. Jyoti and the faculty members. And in addition to that, the young teachers. It's a very good initiative you have come here. You have presented the paper, you have done the research also. Very nice presentation. With these words, I wish you all the best and tell you that your recommendation will be very useful to Government of India and what are the major concerns which are really important for quality education will be achieved through this seminar. The deliberation are very fruitful and very effective. With these words, I really thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Sir, your leadership and guidance throughout the session has been invaluable, and we have greatly benefited from your expertise and perspective. In the beginning itself, as you acknowledge the efforts of the pupil trainees, new teachers, and the organizing committee, it added to our enthusiasm to host such events more often. As you offered to teach us how to make effective PowerPoint presentations in the future, we will be eagerly looking forward to it, sir. As you put forward your conviction that how women empowerment is indispensable to bring about any change in the society, all of us sitting here shared your belief. As you moved on to share your insights on inclusive education, you further made us realize our roles and responsibilities as teachers and teacher educators. And finally, as you moved on to the sub theme of effectively integrating information technology with education to ensure quality education, it added to our understanding. Thank you so much, sir, for acknowledging each one of our efforts and your suggestions on concentrating on significant points in presentations like these will be remembered by us always. Thank you so much, sir, from all of us. We do have a valid. All right, so we have valedictory scheduled next. which means we'll be acknowledging all of your efforts by distributing certificates. For that, we will be waiting. We are expecting Professor Dhananjay Joshi sir to arrive shortly. So I think we can have a small break, but quietly here itself, sitting here. Now, as soon as sir is here, Professor Dhananjay Joshi sir is here, we will be starting with the valedictory after he concludes the event. To all the presenters, I would like to apologize for coming in between your presentations always and, reminding you about the time limit. I seriously felt like a vamp today, interrupting your presentations. But congratulations to all of you for presenting so well. And it is because of your efforts that we could make it in time. We are running bang on time as per the schedule. As soon as sir arrives, we'll be starting with the certificate distribution. Chehek ma'am, till then, can we have the presentation, the video? College video. Or in fact, if we have behind the scenes, we can have that also. Do we have it? So please keep sitting. We have a short video on behind the scenes, which is a very trendy thing. Like, we would like to share what all went behind, the confusion, the running around that went behind in the preparation of this event. We'll be playing the video on the screen shortly. It has been prepared by the student volunteers themselves. Events like these also give us opportunities to meet our ex-students who are the pass out from this very college, me being one of them as well. And this definitely gives us an opportunity to interact with the alumni, networking, which is very important in today's time. So all of you must interact with each other as you're sitting together. We're just planning to play the behind the scenes video. We're just making arrangements for that while we are waiting for Professor Dhananjay Joshi, sir. Is it synced? Sync हो गया? आप बस प्ले कर दो अभी के लिए टाइम किल करने के लिए वो लाइव क्या फोन कनेक्ट हो रहा है मतलब मेरे फोन में सेव है नहीं मेरे फोन में सेव है बस फोन का भी केबल कनेक्ट हाँ तब तक दूसरी को चलाओ फटाफट As we're making arrangement for the behind the scenes video, till then we are playing the normal video montage showcasing our college achievements. Can we have that video, please? ये वीडियोस को मिनिमाइज करके नीचे इसका ऑडियो तो ऑन कर दो साथ में You can see the memories that you had of your internship, your batch pictures, participation in events, varied events, your batch, previous batches. Maybe one of you must be there in these pictures taking admission in this college while principal ma'am was there. So we, ladies and gentlemen, we have Professor Dhananjay Joshi sir amongst us. Can we have a huge round of applause for sir, please? नमस्कार सर. ऐसा कहा जाता है कि प्रेरित होना महान बात है. So, ऐसा कहा जाता है कि प्रेरित होना महान बात है, लेकिन खुद स्वयं प्रेरणा बनना एक सम्मान है. Which means to be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration himself is an honor. And we have here amongst us our guest of honor, who is an inspiration for all those whose lives Sir has touched in his own journey of accumulating knowledge and experience. It is my pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to Professor Dhananjay Joshi ji and would like to present a small token of love and respect if Principal Ma'am and Manager Sir can felicitate Sir. Along with MC Sharma Sir. MC Sharma Sir. Professor Sharma Sir, if you can also join in. We are going to have the felicitation ceremony for Professor Dhananjay Joshi ji. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Dhananjay Joshi ji being felicitated by Manager Sir and Principal Ma'am along with MC Sharma Sir. This is a very ceremonious moment for us. Thank you. So as we will be concluding the conference a bit later, but if you could just greet our audience first. Just congratulate them on a very successful presentation of this conference, but then आपको conclude के लिए हम यहाँ थोड़ा सा time.
अच्छा अलग दोबारा वो दूसरा होगा ना. Right sir. Let me congratulate to GNC family for organizing this annual conference. I'm very delighted that to see that our own respected Reverend Professor MC Sharma sir, who is our guru, teacher, or advisor, friend, guide, philosopher, and he is there to bless you. Thank you, sir. आपने पूरा सम्मान दिया, वेट किया इतनी शाम तक. और I also pay my respect to our honorable management member. Sir is always saying, साहब is very kind. हमेशा इस कॉलेज की प्रोग्रेस में जो काम जो मैनेजमेंट का है वो उनका जितना योगदान रहता है वो बियॉन्ड वर्ड्स है. और
the faculty, the principal, to Jyoti Bhalla, a dynamic leader, and she is a passionate teacher. बहुत ही मेहनत करते हैं और साथ में उनकी पूरी टीम, टीचर्स की कोई भी काम फैमिली में अकेले का नहीं होता। एक यूनिवर्सिटी का चार्ज मुझे मिला है। इस यूनिवर्सिटी में एक जने से कोई कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा। वाइस चांसलर, रजिस्ट्रार, ये क्या 2 लोग सेरेमोनियल होते हैं, काम असली करते हैं नीचे के लोग, जो नींव की ईंट होते हैं, जो सब काम करते हैं। वैसे ही स्टूडेंट्स जो सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट हैं, वो है स्टूडेंट, क्योंकि हम उन्हीं के लिए, उन्हीं से हमारा वजूद है। अगर हमारा ब्रांड, हमारा स्टूडेंट, अभी मुझे डॉक्टर भल्ला एक दिन मिली थी जब इनवाइट करने आई, तो उन्होंने एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंट मेरे साथ शेयर किया। उन्होंने कहा, सर एक स्टूडेंट की मदर का फोन आया और उन्होंने कहा कि हमने दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी को अच्छा समझ के, यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत अच्छी है नो डाउट, वहाँ पर हमने अपनी बेटी को एडमिशन के लिए भेजा, लेकिन कुछ दिनों बाद फोन आया कि हमारी एंड पे हमें लगता है कि आपका कॉलेज बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा है, क्योंकि जो क्लास, जो माहौल, जो पढ़ाई आप कराते हैं, वो बड़ी-बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में भी नहीं होती। तो जो पर्सनल टच है, जो रिलेशनशिप है, जो हमारा 1 टू 1 एक-दूसरे से रैपो है, वो बहुत मेंटेन करता है। और जब कॉलेज पुराना होता जाता है, तो उसकी ब्रांड बढ़ाते हैं वहाँ के स्टूडेंट, क्योंकि वो सबसे पहले एम्बेसडर हैं। वो उस मैसेज को दूर तलक लेके जाते हैं, वो अगले बैच को भी बता देते हैं कि भाई उस कॉलेज में पढ़ाई होती है, नहीं होती है। बीएड की डिग्रीज कई बार नॉन अटेंडिंग तरीके से भी कई कॉलेज एनसीआर में देते हैं। बट गुरु नानक कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड ऑल आर कॉलेजेस इन आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी, जहाँ मैं डीन भी रहा, मैं वहीं प्रोफेसर भी हूँ, वहीं से हम और दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी में हैं, तो हम ये मानते हैं हमारी पहली फैमिली आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी है। तो आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी का बहुत ही सेरेमोनियल और बहुत ही पॉपुलर कॉलेज गुरु नानक कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन है। इसकी वजह है यहाँ का एम्बियंस, यहाँ का एनवायरनमेंट, यहाँ का इकोसिस्टम, डेडिकेटेड फैकल्टी, एडवाइजर्स लाइक प्रोफेसर एमसी शर्मा, और द गुरु नानक कॉलेज की जो मैनेजमेंट है, और सबसे ऊपर जो नाम है गुरु नानक देव जी का, जिसकी ब्लेसिंग से ये कॉलेज इतना आगे जा रहा है। मैं प्रार्थना करूंगा भाई गुरु जी से, ईश्वर से, कि कॉलेज दिन दुनी रात उन्नति चौगुनी उन्नति करे, और ऐसे ही हम एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस करते रहें और हर स्फेयर में गुरु नानक कॉलेज टॉप पर पहुंचे। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
As Dhananjay sir congratulated on the conclusion, on a successful conclusion, in fact, of our 7th National Conference here at Guru Nanak College of Education, I would like to tell all of you that sir is the Vice Chancellor of the Delhi Teachers University. He was a remarkable Dean and Professor of Education in GGSIP University, New Delhi, and had been teaching B.Ed, M.Ed, and PhD for over 20 years now. He has worked as a professor, associate professor, and reader in IP University. He is one of the founding faculty members of University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, since its inception. Prior to IP University, he had been leading the field as the head of Maharaja Surajmal Institute, and earlier was the project associate at Maulana Azad Center of Elementary Education and Social Sciences. He has visited the Oxford University and shared his philosophies on the Indian education. Sir is also a member of International Association of Researchers, MHRD, UGC, NCTE, IGNU, Jamia Millia Islamia, DU, CCRT, SCRT, NIOS, MDU, and many other organizations. Professor Joshi has long association with media channels like All India Radio, Yuvani program, wherein he has delivered inspirational talks on the issues of education and society, environment, sustainable development, and many more. Professor Joshi is also a well-known Hindi poet and a writer. His poetic and artistic creations and videos are also available on YouTube. Professor Joshi has also published several poetry books, including Madhur Smriti Kamal and Anubhuti Ke Swar. He has been felicitated by many literary and cultural organizations, including prestigious S. Radhakrishnan Memorial Award 2008 in the field of education, Best Speaker at 26th Youth Parliament Competition Award in 1991 by the Government of India. Sir has also received the prestigious Bharat Ratna APJ Abdul Kalam National Youth Icon Award in 2018, Dwarka Srijan Shri Award 2018, Abhiman Sahitya Puraskar, Sanskrit and Hindi Academy Awards by Delhi government, and many others to his credit. Sir, to have you amongst us is very inspirational for all of us. And on behalf of Guru Nanak College of Education, today it is my great honor to invite you onto the stage as we believe that your expertise and insights on today's chosen theme, that is, one earth, one family, one future, achieving through quality education, would be incredibly valuable to our audience. Your distinguished work in the field of education aligns perfectly with the goals of our event. And we would be thrilled to have you share your knowledge and perspectives with our attendees to conclude today's conference. Sir, the podium is all yours.
Thank you very much again, though I have given my words of wisdom already shared with you all. But as has been assigned the duty to conclude this conference with the valedictory remarks, so I again take privilege to be the part of this one-day 7th National Conference on Blended Mode organized by GNCE. Very important theme, G20. One Earth, One Family, One Future, achieving through quality education. We have witnessed that India has organized G20 presidency last year, where India has, given, leadership to the South African countries. We have also been given, so much importance to developing countries, and that is the basically the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister and our government, that India will be a developed nation by 2047, 2047 Viksit Bharat. So for this, I am very thankful and I am very much glad that you have taken the flagship of organizing such a nice workshop on one family, one future, one earth, because we always believe in the dictum Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. India never conquered any country. We have never been invaded any country. We have 5,000 years history, and we have given the concept of zero to decimal. We were the first economy of the whole world. We have given the first scripts called Rig Veda. We have given all the kinds of world's best doctors, Shashrat, Charak Sanhita, and we have very best, scientists in India born in our Indian, our homeland. And this is the country worshipped by Rishi and Munis. So what happened that after our this civilization, when we had Nalanda recently, our Prime Minister has again reshaped the Nalanda University, revealed, again the path of glory. When you must have heard about that Bakhtiyar Khilji came. We have eightfold library at the time of Nalanda that has been totally destroyed by the invaders. Valuable scripts has been burned, and that was the time when we had Sang, Fayan. So many travelers came, and they have wrote in their travelogues that they have witnessed that how great we were. So there was a kind of whole colonial period, the whole middle period, that we have lost our glory of wisdom. But this is again, I believe that the Amrit Kal. This is again the time that this is the time of India, and we believe that after 2047, and we believe that in not before 2047, but before, I think there is a milestone. We will become a fifth largest economy in next 5 years, and we will be the best third economy in next 10 years. This is the goal of Indian government. Yesterday I was listening about the Niti Ayog meeting chaired by our Prime Minister, He was saying that we have to work towards high quality education. We have to work towards highly character oriented teachers. If we could not move in this direction, we will not produce the world class leaders. Where we are failing, I believe we are failing to have this character oriented education is we are lacking, and we gave the examples before independence only. And if you read the book Vision 2020 of APJ Abdul Kalam, he said before independence we do not have IITs, we do not have IIMs, we do not have AIMS, but what we had Shanti Niketan opened by Guru Rabindranath Tagore, we have Vishwa Bharati by Shabindranath Tagore, where we have education given by Maharshi Arvind, Satya Chitta Anand, integral education. We had philosophers, we have philosophers like Vivekananda, we have revolution makers like Bhagat Singh, we have scientists like Homi Jahangir Baba, Vikram Sarabhai, we have CV Raman, but they worked before independence. So after independence we have state of the art institution, we are sitting in a state of the art institution like this college, we have digital labs, we have artificial intelligence, we are now moving towards robotics, machine learning. This will solve our problem, but we are not able to produce the good teachers, we are not able to produce good human beings. And daily you are reading the news, what kind of news are coming? The news are coming of embezzlement, the news are coming of harassment, and there are 3 young the kids were died due to this man-made disaster in old Rajendra Nagar. So what is happening? We are not producing the good teachers, the good human beings. There is a rat race. Everybody is not meant for UPSC, everybody is not meant for JEE and NEET examination. What happened with the NEET examination? This is a systemic failure, it's a man-made disaster. So who will solve it? I believe that we need, as APJ Abdul Kalam has rightly said, we need character oriented education. Unless and until we do not have character oriented teachers, we do not have character oriented leaders, this will happen. जिस देश में हरीश चंद्र जैसे व्यक्ति थे जिन्होंने अपनी जान एक छोटे से व्यक्ति के कहने पर, एक राजा ने अपनी जान दांव पे लगा दी, एक चांडाल के यहाँ नौकरी करी। जिस देश में राजा शिवी हुए जिन्होंने एक कबूतर की जान बचाने के लिए अपनी मांस दे दिया, पूरी जीवन दे दिया। जिस देश में ऐसे ऐसे राका और बांका जैसे विद्वान हुए, जिस देश की सभ्यता इतनी गौरवान्वित करने वाली थी, उस देश में आज अगर हम इस तरीके की चीजें पढ़ते हैं, सुनते हैं तो बहुत दुख होता है। तो इसकी वजह क्या है? इन 75 वर्षों में हमने शिक्षा के नाम पर डिग्रीज बांटी, और डिग्री बांटते बांटते हमने इतनी बड़ी फौज खड़ी कर दी कि अभी हमें बैक टू द नेचर और बैक टू द रूट्स ही आना पड़ेगा। इसीलिए एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एजुकेशन, एक्सपीरियंशियल एजुकेशन, स्किल ओरिएंटेड एजुकेशन, फिर से करिकुलम में महात्मा गांधी ने जो 3H दिया था, हेड हार्ट एंड हैंड वाली एजुकेशन, फिर से हम बेसिक्स पर वापस लौट रहे हैं। तो इसलिए लौटना पड़ेगा क्योंकि अगर आप मैकेनिकल रोबोट पैदा कर दोगे, एआई और मशीन लर्निंग से आप इंसान का बेसिक स्वभाव नहीं बदल सकते। आप किसी को जबरदस्ती, एक टीचर के बारे में आप ये किसी कह सकते हैं कि जो अरविंद ने कहा नथिंग कैन बी टॉट, आप एक टीचर को कक्षा में भेज सकते हैं, लेकिन क्लास में वो क्या पढ़ाएगा, वो क्लास के अंदर क्या करेगा, ये उसकी विजडम है। आप कितने ही कैमरा लगा लो, उसने अगर एक किसान ने अगर अपनी खेती में अपना पसीना नहीं बहाया तो 100% खेती नहीं दे सकता। ये चीजें रचनात्मक होती हैं, ये चीजें हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम से जुड़ी हुई हैं। तो जहां वैल्यूज का डेटोरेशन हो जाएगा, जहां मॉरल वैल्यूज इतनी नीचे चली जाएंगे कि टीचर क्लास में पढ़ाने की जगह किसी कोचिंग फैक्ट्री में जाके पढ़ाता हो, जहां पर हम 5-6 हजार बच्चों के छोटे से कमरे में बैठा दें, एक लाइब्रेरी में नीचे बेसमेंट में उन्हें पढ़ाएं, और वो कैसे, कल पूरा देश इस बात से सवाल कर रहा था कि क्यों इतना ज्यादा एक मशरूमिंग हो गया, क्यों हमने बच्चों की जान को हथेली पर रख दिया, क्या कारण है? क्या पूरा सिस्टम फेल था? क्या वो केवल टीचर्स का ही दोष है? क्या वो मात्र हमारी व्यवस्था का ही दोष है? क्या वो हमारी आकांक्षाओं का दोष नहीं है कि हमारे बच्चे के जन्म होते ही ये डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि मेरा बेटा ये बनेगा, मेरी बेटी ये बनेगी? क्यों उनको अपने पांव पे खड़ा नहीं होने देते? क्या सभी लोगों के लिए एक ही प्रोफेशन बनाए? तो ये मैट रेस किस लिए है? क्या हमें अच्छे खिलाड़ी नहीं चाहिए? क्या मनु भाकर ने जब हमारे देश के लिए ब्रॉन्ज मेडल जीता तो क्या हर भारतवासी का सीना ऊंचा नहीं हुआ? क्या आज जब दोबारा उन्होंने ब्रॉन्ज मेडल जीता तो क्या हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री को ये नहीं कहना पड़ा कि ऐसी बेटियां पैदा हो? भारत के उस राज्य में आज भी बेटियों की सबसे ज्यादा भ्रूण हत्या की जाती है, ऐसे राज्य में पैदा होने वाली बेटी जब भारत का नाम रोशन कर देती है, तो क्या हम नहीं देखते जब चीन हमसे आगे मेडल तालिका में जाता है तो हमें भी आगे आना चाहिए, और हम 6 या 7 भी अगर मेडल जीत लेते हैं तो हमें ये कहना पड़ता है कि हमने बहुत कमाल कर दिया। क्यों? तो क्योंकि हम सबको एक जैसी लाठी से हाँक रहे हैं कि पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब, और खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे खराब। ये संस्कृति क्यों आई? क्योंकि सभी को व्हाइट कॉलर जॉब चाहिए, सभी को जो है ना बीए भी अपना 12 प्लस बीए और आगे कुछ करके हमने बेरोजगार की श्रेणी में खड़ा कर दिया। क्यों हम ताइवान और छोटे से देश साउथ कोरिया या अपने पड़ोसी मुल्क चाइना से सीखते? क्योंकि उन्होंने अपने यहाँ पर अपनी एजुकेशन को कौशल आधारित किया, उसको उन्होंने प्रैग्मेटिक किया और उसको स्किल ओरिएंटेड किया। हम अभी भी आइडियलिस्टिक और उसी धारा पे चल रहे हैं कि एक छोटा सा पेपर होता है तो करोड़ों लोग उसके लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, जहां जॉब निकलती है हजारों की संख्या आ जाती है। हम अभी तक जॉब प्रोवाइडर्स क्यों नहीं बने? हम इतने सालों में भी जॉब सीकर्स क्यों पैदा कर रहे हैं? इसकी वजह यह है कि हम अपनी मैन पावर का इस्तेमाल ढंग से नहीं कर रहे। हमारे बच्चे जो विदेश में जाते हैं उनको बेस्ट नौकरियां मिलती हैं। आज भी पराग अग्रवाल, इंदिरा नुई, यहाँ तक कि पेप्सिको की चेयरमैन कमला नुई, अब जो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए खड़ी हो रही है बाइडेन की जगह कमला हैरिस। भारत का इतिहास तो बहुत स्वर्णिम है। हमने इतने दुनिया को साइंटिस्ट दे दिए, हमारे यहाँ से इतने लोग बाहर चले गए, अब वर्ल्ड को हम लीडरशिप दे रहे हैं। लेकिन हम अंदर क्या कर रहे हैं? हम अपने देश के अंदर कैसे सिस्टम चला रहे हैं? ये विश्व में हमारे प्रशंसनीयता और हमारे रेलेवेंस के ऊपर और हमारी प्रासंगिकता के ऊपर एक प्रश्न चिन्ह है। तो इसका जवाब हमारी एजुकेशन को देना पड़ेगा। हमारी भावी पीढ़ी जो हमारे सामने बैठी है, जो टीचिंग ट्रेनिंग में आ रहे हैं, हमको सबसे ज्यादा जो एनईपी ने, जो कल हमने 29 जुलाई को वी हैड ए 4-year program organized by Ministry of Education where all the vice chancellor, all the people in a one forum in Manekshaw Center, that has been decided that the teachers is the future of this nation and we have to work towards sincerely, candidly for the uplifting of teacher education. अगर हमने टीचर को नहीं देखा, एक कहावत इसी जमाने में कोठारी कमीशन ने कही थी कि पंडित नेहरू ने कहा कि इफ यू टीच ए मेल यू जस्ट टीच एन इंडिविजुअल, बट इफ यू टीच ए फीमेल यू एजुकेट द होल फैमिली। और इस पर तीसरी बात कोठारी कमीशन ने ऐड करी थी कि इफ यू टीच ए टीचर यू टीच द होल सोसाइटी। जब आप एक पुरुष को पढ़ाते हैं तो सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति को पढ़ाते हैं, इंडिविजुअल को। जब आप एक महिला को शिक्षित करते हैं तो पूरे परिवार को, 2 परिवारों को शिक्षित करते हैं। और जब आप एक टीचर को शिक्षित करते हैं तो पूरी सोसाइटी को शिक्षित करते हैं। तो ये पूरी शिक्षा नीति अध्यापकों केंद्रित है। ये ना आर्किटेक्चर की बात कर रही है, ना मेडिसिन की बात कर रही, ना इंजीनियरिंग की बात कर रही, ये सिर्फ टीचर्स की बात कर रही, क्योंकि बाकी सारे प्रोफेशन क्रिएचर हैं। इस प्रोफेशन में आप क्रिएटर हैं, आप क्रिएट करते हैं, भविष्य को निर्धारित करते हैं, और हमने कभी भी उनके बारे में नहीं सोचा। जो नॉन अटेंडिंग जिन्होंने डिग्री ले ली उनको भी हमने टीचिंग का प्रोफेशन में ला दिया, और उसका हश्र आप देखते ही हैं कि रोज भारत के अन्य राज्यों और दिल्ली से भी समाचार आते हैं कितने हजार टीचर्स की अभी आवश्यकता और कितने कम अभी टीचर्स हैं, उसमें भी स्किल्ड टीचर्स कितने हैं। ये तमाम बड़े बड़े प्रश्न हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि जब टीचर्स यूनिवर्सिटी खोली तो इसके पीछे भी पॉलिटिकल आइडिया और इसका जो एजुकेशनल आइडिया वो यही है कि वी हैड ओपन्ड आईएम्स एंड एम्स 65 years बैक, बट we have opened NLUs and other institutions, but teachers university is a very new concept. In China, in every province there is a teachers university, कम से कम 11 वहां के राज्यों में शिक्षक विश्वविद्यालय। तो हमने सबसे कम कैटेगराइज जो किया, प्रायोरिटाइज जो किया, आज भी कक्षा में 5 बच्चे ऐसे नहीं है जो हाथ खड़ा करें कि वो टीचर बनेंगे। किसी भी सो कॉल्ड बड़े स्कूल की बात करें, हमने बड़े प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में सर्वे किया, मुख्य रूप से बच्चे टीचर से प्रभावित हैं, इंस्पायर्ड भी हैं, लेकिन उसके प्रोफेशन में नहीं जाना चाहते क्योंकि उसके साथ कोई इकोनॉमिक गारंटी नहीं है, कोई ग्लैमर नहीं है, कोई सोशल गारंटी नहीं है, पूरी पेमेंट नहीं दी जाती, सैलरी नहीं दी जाती, सो मेनी रीजन। इसीलिए वो बच्चे फिर सोचते हैं कि चलो सिविल सर्विसेज अभी भी हमारे यहाँ एक बहुत बड़ा क्या कहते हैं उसे, ग्लैमर है। मैंने अभी एक मुहिम छेड़ी थी, प्रोफेसर शर्मा सर ने बहुत समय से इस बात को हमारा साथ भी दिया कि एजुकेशन को हम कब तक फील्ड के तौर पे पढ़ाएंगे, ये डिसिप्लिन कब बनेगा। कोई इस पर आवाज क्यों नहीं उठाता कि हमारे स्टूडेंट जो बीएड कर रहे हैं या आप आगे आईटेप करेंगे, उनको भी एजुकेशन एक यूपीएससी में सब्जेक्ट होना चाहिए। जब मैथिली, पाली, प्राकृत, उर्दू जैसी भाषाएं मेंस में आप सब्जेक्ट ले सकते हैं, पर एजुकेशन कोई सब्जेक्ट ही नहीं है। हमारे स्टूडेंट को सोशियोलॉजी लेकर के सेकंड या एंथ्रोपोलॉजी या पॉलिटिकल साइंस या कुछ और पढ़ना पड़ता है। Why not education is a subject in UPSC? I wrote to the Minister of Education. I wrote to the UPSC chairman. I wrote to Secretary and Chairman UPSC that we should focus on it. अगर आपने सिर्फ स्कूल टीचर ही बनाने या कॉलेज के टीचर ही तैयार करने, इतने सालों से आप यही करेंगे तो एजुकेशन स्टीरियोटाइप हो जाएगी और हो गई। इसके दरवाजे खोलिए, इंडियन एजुकेशन सर्विस की बात करिए, जो कोठारी कमीशन ने 1964 में कहा था कि देयर शुड बी सेपरेट सर्विस, and Rajya Sabha is meant Article 356 has given full power to Rajya Sabha to create a new service. I wrote to the Vice President of India, who is by default is also chairman of Rajya Sabha, and 2 दिन पहले हमारी उनके साथ मुलाकात भी हुई हंसराज कॉलेज के स्थापना दिवस पर। हमने वहां भी डिमांड करी कि हमारे बच्चे जो शिक्षा के हैं उनको केवल और केवल स्कूल और कॉलेजों तक ही नहीं रखिए, उन्हें पॉलिसी प्लानर बनाइए, उनको जो है नीति निर्धारक बनाइए, उनको भी उनके विंग्स पर आगे बढ़ने दीजिए। जैसे एक अगर 12वीं क्लास बच्चा अगर भविष्य में अगर सिविल सर्वेंट बनना चाहता है तो वो फिर इसीलिए टीचिंग में नहीं आना चाहता, तो क्यों कन्फाइन कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमारे स्टूडेंट जो हमारे मास्टर्स कर रहे हैं वो हमसे सवाल पूछते हैं कि क्यों हमें और एरियाज में जाने की आजादी नहीं है, क्यों हम सिविल सर्विसेज नहीं दे सकते, या हमारा सब्जेक्ट क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि हमसे पहली पीढ़ी और हमारी पीढ़ी इस बात पर मौन रही, किसी ने सवाल नहीं किया, और किया तो ऊपर तक पहुंचा नहीं। So I have debate with Professor J.S. Rajput, Professor Chandkiran Saluja, and there are so many think tanks, Professor M.C. Sharma, there are all my gurus जिनसे मेरी बात हुई और सबने ये कहा कि ये मुद्दा और ये बहुत सही समय है, और यही समय है कि हमें शिक्षा को यूपीएससी में एक विषय के तौर पर और इंडियन एजुकेशन सर्विस एक सर्विस के तौर पर होनी चाहिए, ताकि हमारे नौजवानों को आगे बढ़ने का मौका मिले। तो वे हम अपनी तरफ से प्रयास कर रहे हैं। Then BA Education Honors 4-year degree program in sync with NEP recommendation we have launched from this year, कि अभी तक हम शिक्षा को एक विषय के तौर पे बहुत कम जगह पढ़ाते हैं। बीएड करा रहे हैं, एमएड करा रहे हैं, लेकिन एजुकेशन को 9th के बाद उड़ीसा में पढ़ाया जाता है या एक आध जगह और कहीं पढ़ाया जाता होगा, पर एजुकेशन को कोई पढ़ता ही नहीं, पढ़ाता ही नहीं। एजुकेशन एक विषय ही नहीं है, तो क्यों ना 9th के बाद से स्कूलों में 10वीं 11वीं में भी एजुकेशन एक विषय हो, पीजीटी एजुकेशन भी तैयार हो, और उसके बाद ये पूरी डिबेट चलनी चाहिए। और मुझे लगता है इसकी डिबेट आपकी तरफ से भी शुरू होनी चाहिए। मैं डॉक्टर ज्योति भल्ला से अनुरोध करूंगा, ऐसे विषयों पर भी कॉन्फ्रेंस करवाएं, ऐसे उसके ऊपर भी कोई वर्कशॉप करवाएं, एक जॉइंट पेपर, एक व्हाइट पेपर इस पर प्रकाशित किया जाए। भारत की संसद से लेकर के हर जगह हम ये बात उठाएं, और मुझे लगता है जब ये बात बहुत ज्यादा लोग बोलेंगे, इसे मीडिया में हम अपने और सभी चैनल्स के थ्रू, क्योंकि मेरा ही मकसद है कि एक स्टूडेंट जो हमारे सामने हैं, उनका भविष्य हमारे हाथों में होता है। तो एक शिक्षक के रूप में, एक अभिभावक के रूप में मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि अगर हम अपने विद्यार्थियों के बारे में नहीं सोचेंगे तो फिर कल हम भी इतिहास में दर्ज हो जाएंगे और लोग यही कहेंगे कि आपने अपने समय में कुछ नहीं कहा। तो बेशक मुझे लगता है बहुत छोटा सा प्रयास है। जब आग लगी तो एक चिड़िया, एक छोटी सी कहानी है, वो भी अपनी बूंद से उस समुद्र उस वन की आग को बुझा रही थी। तो कुछ लोगों ने उससे कहा, कुछ अन्य पक्षियों ने कि तुम्हारे इसके करने से क्या होगा, क्या आग बुझ जाएगी? पर चिड़िया ने कहा, जब इतिहास लिखा जाएगा तब उसके ऊपर ये कहीं से ये उसके ऊपर ये वो प्रश्न नहीं उठेगा कि उसने अपनी नैतिक जिम्मेवारी पूरी नहीं करी। कम से कम मैं अपनी चोंच में जितना पानी आता है उतना आग में डालती हूँ, ताकि कल इतिहास लिखा जाए तो लोग ये कहें कि चिड़िया ने तो पूरी कोशिश की थी। ये बहुत छोटा सा प्रयास है, अगर आप सभी से करेंगे तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। आप इस मुहिम में शामिल हो। हम ऑनलाइन पेटिशन भी दायर कर रहे हैं, उस पर PIL भी डालने वाले हैं। मुझे गुरु नानक कॉलेज ऑफ एजुकेशन ने बुलाया और बहुत ही अच्छे यहाँ पर ऑब्जेक्टिव के साथ हमने देखा, सब थीम 12 सब थीम्स पे यहाँ डिस्कशन हुआ है और बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बनाए गए। और सबसे अच्छी बात, इसके टेक्निकल सेशन की नोट एड्रेस प्रोफेसर भाटिया, जो कि जामिया मिलिया की एक बहुत बड़ी हस्ती है, और हमारी बड़ी बहन भी प्रोफेसर संगीता, प्रोफेसर नीरजा जी जो हमारी गुरु हैं, और प्रोफेसर शर्मा, और बहुत बड़े विद्वान यहाँ पर पूरे दिन आए। और इसमें मेरे को जो ज्योति जी ने बताया, 50 से अधिक पेपर्स पढ़े गए। ये बहुत ही फख्र की बात है। और इसका कंपेडियम आप बनाएं, इसको प्रकाशित करें किसी भी फॉर्म में, किताब की फॉर्म में, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म में, और इसको पब्लिश कराएं। मैं इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपको बहुत बधाई देता हूं कि आपने बहुत सार्थक विषय चुना।
As we reflect on the theme of this year's conference, that is One Earth, One Family, One Future, achieving through quality education, it is clear that we stand at a pivotal moment. The dialogues that we have had, the knowledge we have shared, and the networks that we have built are all steps towards a common goal, leveraging education technology to foster global growth and development. As Professor Dhananjay Joshi sir concluded today's 7th National Conference, he gave us enough evidences from the world around us as well as from our glorious past to make us realize the weaknesses that continue to exist in our society and the indispensable need to wake up, reflect, and realize the importance of the role of a teacher, who is the creator of every other profession. And I must admit that it is the forums like these that provide a platform to address the most critical questions that you made us identify through your enlightening concluding speech, sir. If all of us are looking forward to a change in the Indian education system, it is after today that we know who is the person behind it. Who is the person behind it? It is Professor Dhananjay Joshi, sir. So let us have a huge round of applause to acknowledge all the hard work and the effort that are being put by Sir, along with all his mentors that he mentioned in his speech. And with this, we would like to acknowledge your dedication, all of your dedication and your hard work. Guru Nanak College of Education would like to present you with certificates. Let us remember that these accolades represent more than just personal achievements. They symbolize the collective effort, the collaboration, and the shared vision that drives success. Also, it becomes mandatory for me to specify that the online presentations that we have had in both of our sessions, comprising of participants from all over India, including Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Delhi NCR, will be acknowledged by the means of e-certificates that will be sent via email. This email certificates, this e-certificates, this receiving of these certificates is subjected to the receiving of the feedback forms. Since we are running live, it is my duty to announce this as well. So we will be circulating feedback forms online after this conference. And as soon as we get those feedback forms, we will be circulating the e-certificates for all the online presentations that we've had from all over India today. Yes. Also, we have not charged any registration fee from any of the participants, be it students or students of our college or from anywhere else, ex-students, anywhere. So we have not charged any registration fees. This has been totally free from Guru Nanak College of Education. And it is because of the mentorship and the, the guidance that we keep on getting from our management, from the organizing committee, our parent body, DSGMC, that we are able to host such events with so much ease and confidence. So thank you once again to everyone. And now it is my duty to start with the valedictory ceremony. And I would therefore like to request all the participants physically present amongst us to kindly, as and when we'll call your names, you need to come up on stage and collect the certificates from the dignitaries that are sitting in front of you. So, sir, Dhananjay sir and Professor MC Sharma sir, along with manager sir and principal ma'am, if you could please come up. And we'll be starting with the certificate distributions. You can have your photograph moment with sir while collecting your this thing certificate, but yes, we need to be fast. So first of all, I would like to call Ms. Niharika if she is here. Ankita ma'am, you please keep on indicating me who is here, who is not. So next in line we have Mr. Amandeep Singh and Mr. Manish Dhundial. Mr. Amandeep Singh and Mr. Manish, please, without wasting any time, you must come up on stage as soon as I announce your name. They have presented their paper on technology-enabled learning. Then we have Ms. Rupa, Assistant Professor, Guru Nanak College of Education. Then we have Jaspreet Kaur, Ms. Jaspreet Kaur, if you're here. Ms. Prabhgun Kaur, please be ready. After Ms. Prabhgun Kaur on the stage, I'll be calling Ms. Gurjeet Kaur. Ms. Prerna after Ms. Gurjeet Kaur. Gurjeet Kaur ma'am is now coming up on stage. And now I would like to ask Ms. Prerna to be ready. Ms. Prerna is being followed by Ms. Idika Singh. These pictures that you're getting clicked are going to be cherished by you throughout your lives. So now we have Ms. Idika Singh on the stage collecting her certificate from the dignitaries. Next in line, we have Ms. Gitanjali Bhatia. After Ms. Gitanjali Bhatia, I would like to invite the coordinator of this event, Dr. Ankita Masi. No position to ask Principal Ma'am to collect her certificate, but I'm just doing my duty since you presented the paper. Miss Sonam, if you can come up on stage to collect your certificate. Miss Sonam. Okay. Next in line, we have Miss Pooja Rani, followed by Miss Mansi. Miss Mansi. Next in line, if I can have Nagendra Kumar Yadav and Miss Tamanna Puri. Nagendra Kumar Yadav co-authored the paper with Miss Tamanna Puri. Miss Sonam is here, and since she presented the lead paper for technical session 2, I would like to invite her on stage to collect her certificate. Divya Rani Verma, if you can be ready. Followed by Ramneek Kaur Alag and Himanshi. We have Divya Rani on the stage right now collecting her certificate. Being followed by Ramneek Kaur and Himanshi. Praveen Kumar sir, if you can please come up on stage after them to collect your certificate. Praveen Kumar sir co-authored the paper with Madhavendra Abhinandanji. Mr. Madhavendra Abhinandanji, who was not physically present. Now, can I have Miss Harshpreet Kaur onto the stage to collect her certificate? We had a wonderful time, Harshpreet, listening to your presentation. And now I would like to request Miss Manpreet Kaur and Gurneet Kaur to come up on stage and collect their certificates. Manpreet Kaur and Gurneet Kaur. All right. Can I have Mr. Japsehet Singh Bakshi on the stage now to collect his certificate? After Mr. Japsehet Singh Bakshi, I would like to request Ms. Kavita. Ms. Kavita, Assistant Professor, Guru Nanak College of Education, to kindly come up on stage and collect her certificate. Now we have Ms. Kavita getting her certificate from the dignitaries, followed by Ms. Apar. Ms. Apar, being our in-house faculty, will be now receiving her certificate. Ms. Ronika Kaur is next. Followed by Ms. Khushbu. As Ms. Khushbu is collecting her certificate, now I'll be going to collect mine. And next, Dr. Charu Sethi ma'am, please. After Dr. Charu Sethi, I would like to invite Ms. Chehek Arneja, in-house faculty who has been taking care of all the presentation. Ms. Chehek, are you there? All right. Yes, she's coming. She deserves a special mention because she was the one who was handling all the presentations here, sitting down. She made sure that all the presentations ran in time. After this, I would like to invite Miss Celine. Miss Celine on the stage, please. For volunteer and working in the back end, Miss Celine Mary George is on the stage, followed by Mr. Harvinder Singh. Taking care of the technical department, we have Mr. Harvinder Singh. Mr. Divjot Singh, if we can have you on stage, please. Sir, taking care of all the logistics today, all the accounts. Divjot Singh, sir, is here. Followed by Mr. Ajay Sharma. Mr. Ajay Sharma, who has been taking care of for the hospitality that has been extended. Mr. Vishnu Bhagwan. Vishnu, sir, if you can be here, Mr. Vishnu Bhagwan. Also, we have Inderjeet Kaur ma'am amongst us. Miss Inderjeet Kaur. Kindly come up on stage. Your contribution has to be acknowledged. Again, taking care of the hospitality department. And now, I would like to call upon stage my co-anchor for the technical session 1, Miss Inderpreet Kaur. Miss Inderpreet Kaur, your support to me has been indispensable. Thank you so much. Ma'am has anchored the event in Punjabi since we are streaming live on YouTube and we have audience across our country. So Mr. Vishnu Bhagwan is here and he needs to collect his certificate. And with this, we come to an end. And but I would like to invite the coordinator of the event, Dr. Ankita Masi, along with Dr. Charu Sethi, who have worked for a couple, tirelessly, from the last couple of months. They would be extending a vote of thanks. So please, Ankita ma'am, Charu ma'am, if we can have you on stage.
A very good evening to our honorable guests, respected chairpersons, principal ma'am, fellow faculty members, paper presenters, worthy participants, and volunteers. As we draw this one-day 7th National Conference to a close, it is my great honor to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who have played a part in making this event a remarkable success. Firstly, to our distinguished experts, Professor M.C. Sharma sir and Professor Dhananjay Joshi sir, your insights and contributions have truly enriched our understanding and sparked meaningful discussions. Your expertise, willingness to share your knowledge have been invaluable. A huge thank you to the respected convener of this event, our principal, Dr. Jyoti Bhalla ma'am, for guiding us throughout. To the members of our parent body, DSGMC, organizing committee, volunteers and staff, your tireless efforts and meticulous planning have ensured that everything ran smoothly. From the logistical arrangements to the coordination of sessions, your hard work behind the scenes has not gone unnoticed. A special thanks to all our participants. Thank you for your active engagement and enthusiasm. Your presence and contributions have been the heart of this conference, and we hope that we acknowledge, shared, and connections made will benefit you in your future endeavors. Finally, a big thank you to everyone who helped in any capacity, whether big or small. Your collective effort has made this event not only possible but exceptional. As we conclude, let us carry forward the ideas and inspirations gathered here and continue to strive for excellence in our respective fields. Thank you. We may now proceed for high tea.